Hello, YouTube, and welcome to Session 2 of Group 14, commonly known as Mikey's Men. Hope everyone is doing well today. I'm going to go around. I'm StrawHatLucas. This is my channel. Subscribe, do all the things, and introduce the players today. Angel, tell the people who you are and who you're playing.
I think they can hear us.
They can hear you guys.
Oh, okay. Okay, I am the Angel's Room, and I play Iron Mitch, the future Helmsman of this group.
Subscribe, do all the things.
And, oh yeah, and I'm a wrestler. That's it. That's all I gotta say.
Hell yeah. Drage, tell the people who you are and who you're playing.
A pleasure to meet you all. I'm playing Suiryu, the brother of Kiryu. I am basically a wanderer by nature, cook at heart. And I hope you will enjoy all that we have along the way.
Hell yeah, hype as fuck, hype as fuck. I just caught... Oh my god, guys, we just talked about this. We just talked about this. No, we just talked about this. Immediately, oh, it's alright.
Good job.
Yeah, right. Next up is the musician of thelastark himself, Mr. JoshuaVykthor. Tell him who you are and who you're playing.
Too motivated.
Well, I'm playing Kiryu, the better brother of Suiryu.
You can say it every time. Doesn't make it true.
He doesn't make it
And
true.
you know it's true.
Sorry, what's the win-loss record as of recording? 1-0? Cool.
For now.
For now. Alright. Dill, that would be my feedback you're hearing, because my mic is a piece of shit. Oh, God, again! Next up is the man, the myth, the legend himself, Lord Azrael, the champion of all D&D, Mr. Ragnar. How are we doing today, Ragnar? Who we playing? And welcome to the stream.
Hi. I am Abyss. From the Abyss.
That is a very cryptic. I love it. I love it. Next up is the special grade sorcerer of the anime and manga scene. It is Mr. SSJ8 Cody. Cody, plug yourself and tell these people where they can find you and who you're playing.
Hi guys, I'm SSJ Cody, special grade source of the anime manga sphere. You can find me on my Twitch channel at SSJ Cody. I'm playing Arthur Morgan today. I want to be a cowboy, baby.
I love it. I love it. And last but certainly not least, to take us into our session today, the wonderful goated DM of all, Mr. ToriMori.
What's up, chat? Welcome in. Thank you guys for joining us. A couple quick things I want to say. Of course, thank you, Lucas, for hosting us today and bringing us all in. Thank you to my party for joining us today. I want to give a special shout out to Ragnar, who was unfortunately not here for our first session. Thank you for making those. I don't know. I don't want to over hype or anything, but pretty incredible accommodations by my book. It's really awesome to have you here today, and I'm stoked to get your character in. A couple other shout outs I want to give to the people who have kind of like helped me figured out some tips along the way. There are kind of too many to name, but I do want to give special shout outs to Vex, part of the TLA crew, who has been pretty monumental in helping me out, as well as to Cody here, one of our players, Arthur himself, who has given me some wonderful tips and tricks along the way of getting here as well. And to my IRL DM, Wyatt, who is one of my best friends, who I'm not sure if he's here with us on stream, but still special shout out to all of you for all the help you've given along the way. And without further ado, guys, let's get into session number 2 today. This felt like a really long wait, so I am stoked to get back into Leadbelly and crew. quick little recap of last time. We met all of our players and characters on the South Blue. Started off with Leadbelly, Iron Mitch Johnson, Arthur Morgan, the bounty hunter, and Kiryu, the prisoner, who were on board the High Archibald, which was essentially dashed in a matter of moments under a storm, stranding them on an island under somewhat shaky circumstances, as well as from some help from a man named Turner. They were able to survive the storm and band up together, heading down to a little fishing village called Ryomachi, where trouble quickly began as the fishers out in the bay began to come in all at once on a wave and reported pirates were arriving. Of course, this, whoever was here last time will remember, this was not much of a challenge for our crew. Ultimately, there were definitely some challenges tucked into that fight. Go check out session 1 for that full fight. It was a lot of fun against the Rivers Pirates, captained by the man Rivers himself. We ended things off in Ryomachi right at the end of their fight. But coming in today, we do have another quote as smoke billows into the sky from the king, Nefertari Farouk. "Piracy is a plague. I would kill every rat and disease if it meant I could save the ants."
Nice.
I am hype. I am so hype right now.
Coming back in on Ryomachi under that smoke billowing up from the wharf fire that started, we see, of course, the grisly scene left before us. Captain Rivers is over here on his back. He is stabilized, barely conscious, and still kind of crying to himself, covered in his first mate's blood. Tons of the Rivers Pirates are dead. This one over here in the farm field is kind of torn apart from Suiryu's direwolf arm Seed, which joined the fight. There are a few figures over here. We've got Iron Mitch Johnson, Suiryu, and Seed himself, as well as Kiryu, who all were pretty monumental in bringing down Spenny. Him falling unconscious was the end of our session last time. And off of all of your passive perceptions over here, you'll notice a crowd has formed up here, kind of in the square of Ryomachi, and are running forth, led by that old man, Mayor Belvedere, from last time. Down here toward the bottom of the map, back at the wharf, which there are those 3 stalls burning, the market office, and then 2 of the other fishermen's stalls just here nearby. Leadbelly is also down here on the dock by the river's ship, which is called the Flowing River. And these 2 pirates on board succeeded critically last time on their stealth rolls, so they were able to slip on board the ship and begin to ready it for departure. It's not quite there yet, and their crit has expired, so off of Leadbelly's passive, he would notice these folks here on the ship. However, guys, before we get too deep into how this all is going to continue here with Ryomachi and the Rivers Pirates, we cut to a part of the jungle, deep past Ryomachi, near the mountains over here. Turner bursts from the foliage, pretty perspired at this point. He's been running barefoot through the jungle from that entire stretch of beach that he last left you all at, with his lion man still slung over his shoulder. there's a little blood stained into his shirt from that shot that Arthur nailed right into like the center of his back. But that's really not what's seeming to exhaust him. He's really just feeling the humidity of this jungle as he wipes the sweat from his forehead and sets the Lion Man down a moment and sits here beside it to take a rest. Ragnar, you want to take us away?
Oh, let's go!
Right. And I'll just say, I pop out from the shadows of the body, and I say, where is my coffin taking me this time?
Turner is not usually easily shaken, but he backs up a step, springs back to his feet, and is just like, what on earth am I looking at?
You see me prop the coffin down and then start to slowly put the body back in. It shouldn't be exposed to sunlight and moisture. Damages the body. Are you my new kidnapper?
Kidnapper? No. And he looks past you at the Lion Man that you just kind of like sprang out of, essentially. And he says, I was trying to deliver him back to his people.
Ah. His people. I guess he must have those as well. Take me there.
Well, now look, I don't just go trusting every shadow that springs out of old dead friends. You're gonna answer my questions now. What and who are you, and what were you doing inside of him? And here Turner actually takes up a bit of a defensive stance, and he says, are you responsible for his death?
His death? No. You could say I'm somewhat like his offspring. He is my creator. I am Lord of the Abyss.
Turner's eyes are going back and forth between Abyss and the Lion Man there on the dirt, unmoving. That kind of Cheshire Cat-esque smile is now gone from its face now that Abyss is out here, and Turner definitely does take stock of that just off his passive alone. He's going to ask you, Abyss, and what, pray tell, did he create you from?
I am his shadow. The last of his creations, right before he passed. The only thing I know about it is him and I are no different from being one and the same.
Very curious. Turner murmurs that, and he walks past you over to the Lion Man's body, and he kind of props it up, and you both would see as he does that, like, the body does cast a shadow on the ground, but Turner just kind of like shakes his head and chuckles and gently sets the body down. And at this point he says something as if he's talking to himself, like, mysteries upon mysteries.
Help me put him back in the coffin.
Yeah,
I'll just
Turner
pop
would.
the coffin open, and then I'll probably put his body in there.
Turner would easily do that. He puts it back in the coffin gently for you, like feet first, and then gently puts it down, and he kind of puts a hand on his hip and takes a moment to stare down at him. And he says, "Looks a lot better this way, I have to say." He kind of seems grim again.
I never took him as a person that would have friends. And if you were his friend, you couldn't have been a good person. So where are we going, Mr. Turk?
Well, he's he's a little like, he shoots you a look of just like, at that comment, I suppose of like incredulity in a word. And he's just like, "Well, I am heading to the Grand Line. I don't really know what plans you have in store, but..." And he gestures toward the Lion Man. And he says, "Are you going to take ward of him?"
That's what I've been doing. I go where the wind takes me, and I guess the winds have taken me to you. You found my coffin somewhere, and now I'm here. This could be no different from fate.
It would appear so, but why didn't you reveal yourself sooner to me? Or to anybody, for that matter?
I needed sleep. What else?
He just kind of... He gives you that sort of famous Turner blank stare, followed by a nod, and he goes, "Uh-huh, sure, I get that." And then he gets back to looking at the Lion Man in the coffin once more. And he places one of his hands over the Lion Man's chest and says, "It's pretty miraculous how he hasn't decomposed that much. I suppose that must be another one of his or your tricks?"
He's smarter than I usually give him credit for. You could say that might have been one of the purposes of creating me. Yes.
Turner chuckles now, and he says, "Yeah, he was always one of the most brilliant peers I can remember." But Turner is
now.
Yeah, Turner is looking pretty rested up now, just from that small little bit. And he looks around this way and that, and he points from this little spot. And he says, "Well, we just came from that way. We were washed up on a beach. There was this big mountain range. You can just see its peaks poking past the tree line." And he points up past the trees way up here, where you would kind of be able to see like mountains poking up there. But he looks around, waves his hands, and is like, "I'm unfamiliar with this island. I have no idea where we are. It's just jungle, jungle, jungle. I feel like I've been running all day, running from that storm, running from bugs, running, my whole damn life." He kind of like starts to get a little ranty. He's back to talking to himself almost.
So how did we get here? Is there no civilization? A town? A village? An outpost?
He purses his lips. He just kind of looks at you and he's like, "I'm really not too sure. I just figured I needed to make for the heart of the island and then get around those mountains."
Well, I guess that's the next goal. Lead the way, Mr. Turner.
Do you want to carry him, or should I?
Oh, I'm already carrying him. He would be in the coffin. And I'll strap it to my back.
Perfect.
In one sweep.
Word.
You can have to remove the token now.
Yeah. Then in that case, Turner is going to head off this way. He's just gonna continue on his straight line strategy when you guys would hear some rustling in the vegetation up ahead.
You hear that?
Turner hears it and instinctively kind of like hunches down, puts his hand back behind him. Do you want to run any sort of check?
I'm out.
Wait, you don't know what sort of horrors could wait in this jungle. This is the South Blue. But it is just a man who comes out from the undergrowth. He's in like a full set of armor, and he's carrying 2 rifles, one in his hands, which is of like a normal size, and one is super massive on his back. He's also got a pistol at his hip, and he waves his hand at you guys, and he says, "Hey, didn't mean to scare you there. I was just coming through on my afternoon hunt. I heard some voices. Are you folks okay? You stranded or anything?"
Oh. Hello. And I would guess that we are. We're trying to find a town or place nearby. You mind helping us out?
Well, sure. I mean, the nearest towns are Riomachi or Hilduero, but my place is like a 30-minute walk this way. And he looks at Abyss, and he kind of like squints his eyes from the like face. There's like a it's not like an eye slit, but there are like some helmets where it's like a carved face etching. I forget what it's called, but it's one of those, so you can see pretty much his whole face, and he like squints at you in particular, and then he looks at Turner and he's like, "I think you both look hungry."
Hungry. Sure. What do you think, Turner? Would you go with him?
Well, he's looking up at the mountains through the tips of the forest, and then all of a sudden his stomach rumbles so loud, and he looks down at it, and he just ends up shrugging, and he says, "Yeah, okay, I'll come along for some lunch. Thank you, friend.
Let's go.
What do we call you?" And the hunter kind of gives you guys a little salute, and he puts his gun at his side with its stock on the ground and extends his other hand to you both. He says, "My name is Tom York Landry, but you can call me Tile."
The pleasure is mine for meeting you, Tile. Go to your cabin. Turner needs a meal. I'm fine.
Well, Tile starts leading you guys back this way. He beckons with his hand, and he's like, come on. How did you two end up here? It doesn't seem like you're locals." And he specifically looks over his shoulder at you, Abyss, in particular.
I point to the coffin. I go where the coffin takes me.
Okay. How about you, friend? And he pretty openly gestures toward Turner. And Turner just, he's following up alongside the other side of Tile, and he says, "Well, I'm trying to get to the Grand Line." And Tile goes, okay, that's about the only place crazier to be than the South Blue, I'd say. Okay, well, come get some lunch before you both follow the coffin or whatever it was. And Turner will point to the right now, where something else has been creeping over the tree line. It's that plume of smoke, which is just growing from the Ryomachi Wharf, of course, but these folks would not know that. And he asks Tile, what is going on? Is there trouble in the forest? And Tile replied, oh, huh. I hadn't noticed that. I don't know. That's the direction of Ryomachi. They've been getting some pirate visits lately, you could say. All of Panangia has. He throws his hands up, kind of exasperatedly at that. And with that, we are going to cut back to Ryomachi to catch up with everybody here. The stage is pretty well already set. If you all want to talk about what your characters are doing, why don't we start with Leadbelly over here down on the docks?
Give me 1 second. I'm not gonna lie, just to let everyone know, I cut the music on stream. It was not fitting the vibe. I should have listened to that full playlist before I played it. I'm going to can I roll a persuasion and yell out to this guy right here? That's at the end of the
Sure, yeah. What are you gonna yell?
I'm gonna yell, hey good sir, you wanna stop trying to take that ship? I can pay you a lot of money.
I suppose before you even roll that, the pirate is at least gonna look over his shoulder and go, oh yeah, how much money?
Oop. How much money is 150,000? Is that a lot?
He just kind of chuckles and he's like, we'll take, I guess we'll take the 7, but it's not good enough at a price of 150,000 berry. He just kind of chuckles and is like, Buster, I'm gonna make a whole heck of a lot more off this ship. And he looks at his friend over here who's actually manning or readying the rigging and everything, and he's like, hurry it up down there, we gotta get moving. Do you want to try anything else with them, or?
Yeah, I do. Can I cast Vicious Mockery on him?
Sure. I'll say roll me an initiative. We'll get a little combat section going down here.
Okay. Hell yeah.
And it'll open with that, whatever else your initiative is. But I'll roll theirs as well.
18.13.
Okay, so you're casting that on the guy closer to the helm, I take it?
Yes. It does 1d psychic damage. Fuck, dude. I'm gonna say, I don't think you got the facilities for that, big man.
Oh my god. Okay, we'll just roll with that for his save, which doesn't hit, so he takes that 1 hit of damage, and he's just like, you don't know what I have the facilities for. I was almost the captain of this crew at one point. And then he sneezes kind of involuntarily, and a big thing of phlegm flies out of his nose onto the deck of the ship.
All right. I guess I had my turn.
Okay, before we get to what they're gonna do, let's cut up here to the end of the wharf where Spenny was just taken down. He is back on the board. He is pretty knocked out. I'm gonna go ahead and get his death save out of the way because he would be making that now. After that devastating flashbang from Kiryu, that was crazy. I was rewatching the VOD of that fight, and it was better than when we played it. Like, that was awesome. Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
God.
He is a determined guy, so he's going to cling on to life for now. As I said earlier, you guys, off of all of your passives, I already made sure of that, would, of course, notice this pretty big crowd coming down from the town square toward you. It looks like at least half of the townsfolk here from Ryomachi. Do you guys want to do anything, say anything before they reach you guys, though? Mitch and Kiryu and Suiryu?
Saved you from the pirates. No need to. Well, I mean, I do like money, but
Iron Mitch is gonna turn around and say,
you cut out for me. What'd you say?
"Did you bring our money?"
You say that to the crowd of townsfolk?
I mean,
they're running up, and they kind of stop before you. They'll stop like right up here, so most of them can now see like the fire that started the carnage here on the wharf. And Mayor Belvedere at the head goes, "What money? You want money now too? What happened here?"
What do you mean now? Since the beginning, you said you were gonna offer them money. I said, give that money to us. Give it to the Iron Mitch, Leadbelly, Arthur Morgan, and these two brothers. I don't remember their names.
we stopped the pirates from burning down most of the town, so I do think some.
Roll me a sleight of hand for what you're doing. I'm struggling to see how Seed would exactly be doing anything by running around, but he can definitely do that.
It's called a vacuum.
I don't know if he could get that fast, could he?
He's technically speaking, I think he has a land speed of fucking. Oops, excuse me. His land speed of at least 40. So, nah, double 80. He can do it pretty fast, but then again, it's also One Piece logic. So, stupid feats had a stupid will. He's also a devil fruit, so unnatural feats are kind of their thing.
All right, we'll say you can do that to. You can do that in conjunction with roll me that sleight of hand, and I'll give you advantage on that sleight of hand for Seed's assistance doing that run around, I suppose.
Just doing general hand then. All right. Works for me.
Wow, the Seed came in handy. Yeah, that was what was needed then. You flavor it however you like, however you want to cut away. The fire at this point on this building is spreading up some of the like rear of the stall area and the like front panel of the wall. The window has burst out of that, and it's spreading along inside a little bit now.
For the most part, Suiryu is definitely used to walking into hell zones or war zones, or in particular, he's seen probably enough to know. He's not particularly afraid of any fire, so he just proceeds to go towards whatever seems to be burning. With a simple whistle, he gets his canine ally to just kind of keep it contained while he starts hitting certain points of the wood so it kind of collapses inward and no longer burns outward. and just keeps doing so until it all just stops in certain areas and just goes on to the next.
Oh man, what the heck?
Fire isn't even completely out on this one you've done, but you have kind of like kept it from able to spread onto other walls. Over here, back with the real quick, this woman here, kind of on Mayor Belvedere's left, will go, "There's no time to worry about money right now." She turns to the crowd and says, "Everybody take some sort of stations. I want 2 people to round up those pirates right now and make sure they don't cause us any more trouble. I need 4 of you with me at the market office now." And she's going to kind of like separate as she says that. She'll get... So it'll be like this party here. If anybody wants to join them, runs past Seed and Suiryu dealing with that one over to this building over here. Anything else from any of the players? Kiryu, I saw you run down here to the docks. What are you doing?
Take a walk.
Kiryu's taking a stroll while all this is going on. The entire infrastructure of the town is at stake.
Mitch will kind of look confused. Was she talking to me as well? Because I'm not doing nothing until I get my money. I'm not a free performer, you know.
Synonyms.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna sit down on the dock, get out a piece of paper, put it on my hand, and watch it move. In which direction?
Oh, okay.
Move.
It moves slightly to the northwest, just the barest of a flutter.
All right. I mean, is it out in the sea or back on the island?
Northwest to y'all would be like essentially that corner. It's like the top left corner ish. That wouldn't be exactly it, but pretty much.
All right.
Okay, then if nobody's going to go help that crew over there, Carver over here comes over and he's like, okay, he points at these 2 fellows just right in front of him. He's like, you guys deal with the pirates, just tie them up if they're not dead and make sure they can't get away or cause us any more trouble. And then he's going to look at this guy who's a big, strong fellow, and he's like, come on, I've got an idea. We're going to need your boat, though. And as he like runs over here, they're going to run down the docks over here. This fisher will go, oh, man. Anything else from y'all?
I guess
I just want to make sure I'm in the crew helping round up the pirates.
I guess Mitch will just extend his hand expectantly for however long it takes.
Mayor Belvedere looks up at Mitch and he's just like, we've got bigger fish to fry right now. I'm sorry, We'll get you your money when we're done with this over here. Now, please lend your assistance. Please lend your assistance. Please. And he like gets down on one bended knee. You hear it crack. You're not sure if it felt good or bad, but it was a really loud pop as he like bends down, but he doesn't really react to it.
Wow. You know, if I had a nickel for every time this happened, I think I'd have 5 nickels. That's too many nickels, man.
Well, these guys are going to head over here, these two that Carver appointed to rounding up the downed pirates. And if Arthur is helping out with them, is there anything you want? Do you want to take direction on this little?
I just want to like apply like my knowledge of like previous criminals as like a bounty hunter and be like, make sure you keep their hands and feet tied together. These tricky jobs try to run at the first break. You won't want to give them any kind of out that they can take, you know? Don't give them an inch or they'll take you for a mile.
Oh, okay. Thanks, mister. Yeah, okay. And they each come up here alongside this man who is one of the few surviving pirates from the fight who are not on the ship fleeing right now. He had a critical failure and dropped his gun, which shot himself in the foot, which he took himself out of the fight at that point. And he's still screaming. He's still bleeding from the foot as they roll him over. And between one spool of rope, they're like trying to do that classic hog tie where you like pry their legs back and like tie their ankles to their wrists. And he's just like, ow, I got a pistol at his side, which he's going to use to take aim at Leadbelly and say, we took enough crap.
We on Twitch, so now the wonderful people of Twitch are here. Oh my god, okay.
Oh my god.
If you guys go to twitch.tv/SSJCody, there are also sound blurps that you guys can fuck around with and fuck with me with while we're on Oh man, if this is going on YouTube, I probably should just swear right away. I'm so used to already being 10 minutes in. Twitch is a whole other beast. Yeah, we're live. I'm a Twitch guy. I'm used to being able to say F. This, F that.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have to be on my phone for talking, but I am on desktop for Roll20, so this is a good fucking fit for me. Let's go.
Also, I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Let's go. All right. I'm ready when you boys are.
In worst case scenario, I can pull out the recording device.
I'm hydrated. Let's go.
Man,
Nobody gives a fuck.
I'm plugging us in a couple places real quick, and then I'm down to get started. Give me like 30 seconds or so.
You have 5 minutes. Literally, it's about 5 minutes to the next hour. So.
Yeah, also you are live.
Death and consumption. Let's go. Speaking of which, Lucas, did you have that first section of the video recorded, or is this just going to be a crop?
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm gonna download it off of my channel and then stitch them together. I'm gonna make it private. Yeah.
She's like, here's the stream, guys. We're gonna do this 2.0. We lost some of our content.
Listen here, Azor. If I had a nickel for every time Cody lost a VOD because Cody... I think in the description it goes from like 1, 2, 3, and then episode 5 is like, I lost episode 4's VOD. How wacky am I? And then it goes 5, and then it goes to 8, and I also lost the VODs for 4, 6, and 7. How wacky am I?
When it comes
It
to
adds
my
to the
recording
lore.
program, if I don't use I use a straight recording program, so it records separately audio and visual. So
That's why I tell everyone to catch them live.
Yeah, that's why I either catch the audio itself or I just forget about it in its entirety, and it's just so bad.
That's literally my go live notification. It's like, I've lost how many VODs now? Better show up for this one.
Dude, yeah, that's definitely the most common one I see.
I lost the VOD.
Alrighty,
Better
boys,
show up. All right, here we go. Let's
better
go.
show up. I'm ready to start when you guys are.
All right, Leadbelly got hit with an 8.
Yeah,
I did?
Lucas, did that 8 hit?
What was it? What was the?
The attack roll was this guy is shooting you with his pistol, and he rolled an 8.
An 8. Let me check. Does not hit me.
Nice. Okay, he's a poor shot. He just kind of sends his shot flying into the ocean past you, while his buddy over here is going to just use his full action to continue to ready the rigging. Right now, he's pulling the anchor up by himself. That'll bring us back to Leadbelly. What do you want to do for your turn?
Would I have to roll like in acrobatics to jump over to the ship?
You do.
Okay, I'm gonna roll that.
Up on the
I
ship,
might-
boy. Get that ship. Get that shebanger.
Let's go.
Dude, with flying colors, you could do that pretty much however you wanted if you want to flavor that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna like grab
Flying
onto it.
colors? You mean
It,
actually flying?
I'm gonna extend my arm and like more arms are gonna come out of it, and I'm gonna grab onto the ship and like pull myself towards it like real fast. And I'm gonna land in front of this dude, and then Irene's gonna sing her sweet, sweet song. No, she's not. She's gonna get a fucking 5. Let's go. And I think that's my turn.
He might be a bad shot, but he kind of slaps the rapier away with his pistol to avoid that heart shot. It was going for his heart, but he did pretty easily swat it away. Is there anything else you're able to do for your turn? I don't think so.
Yeah, let me double check.
At first you had my curiosity, but now you have my erection.
No. Yeah, no, that's my turn.
Okay, that'll bring us
Also-
back to the others. Does anybody else have anything
I don't know.
they're trying to do here with the fires or over in town? I'll say Mayor Belvedere has kind of wandered away from you, as it were, as best as he can. He's definitely not trying to pay up at the moment. From Mitch, that is.
Just gonna go to the next building I can manage. Same sentence, different thing. Different building, same thing.
I'll say with this so close to the ocean, it would be impossible for Seed to do that same like vacuum thing he did before, so this is going to be without advantage.
That's how we roll, baby. Hi.
Wow, okay, that works too. Again, you're not putting the fire out, but you're slowing its spread. You're going to cut that wall away. Where the densest part of it is. I'm gonna, even though you're over here, it'll be for that like centerpiece fire. This fire is kind of on the
Good smell, flavor.
I don't think I'm just
that
gonna
one.
cut it towards the sea, so if it burns through, it just burns into the sea.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Some pieces of flaming debris fall over. Some of them remain behind at a 17 roll. And then the way the fire started here, there is this like side fire, which is going to kind of continue on at its pace, but it is way smaller. Meanwhile, up here, this pretty vocal leader will bring everybody over here and say, okay, we cannot let this fire spread to the farm. Everybody, we need to push on this wall. The fire at the office is like the biggest of all, but it's all centralized here at the like kind of front. So where they're all forming up, placing their hands against the wall, the fire really isn't at just yet. And they all begin pushing on that to try and bring that wall down. Is there anything anybody else is doing? We'll say this guy over here is fully tied up now, and these guys are gonna like kind of comically carry him way over here next to Spenny, essentially. And then they're going to get to work on tying Spenny up, which, speaking of Spenny, let's go ahead and run his next save. Not so good. You guys definitely put him through the ringer for that fight, but they're going to tie him up anyway. Again, though, anything anybody is trying to do, Arthur? Are you focusing on Captain Rivers there?
Yeah, I'm not letting this big bounty get out of my sight. I'm gonna make sure he's nice and tied up and not ready to get away from this faceman judgment and get me my money.
As you're doing that, he's you know, kind of semi-conscious, and he's like sputtering. What did I do? What did I do?
Well, figure that out when the judge tells you. Shut your fucking mouth, partner. Good listening.
He looks up at you, and he's like, again, covered in that blood, and he just goes, I'm covered in binky.
You'll be covered in more if you don't shut up. Now, shut up. Jesus Christ. These folk don't know how to listen. You don't know how to understand. You don't know what you did wrong. You don't know the law. What do you know, son? You can answer that. What do you know? That's what I'm
There's
like
like
nothing. That's not.
There's like a panel in very early One Piece of Kobe like looking over his shoulder crying. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, that's pretty much what Captain Rivers is doing. He's like afraid at Arthur Morgan's intensity, especially being like in a semi-stable condition. But he does what you're saying to the best of his abilities. He's still kind of like whimpering, but he shuts up.
Good shit. I like music to my ears. And so yeah, that's all I'm doing is I'm making sure this guy's nice and tied up and not getting away.
Nice. It is totally easy to do that. He is tied up very easily under your feet. Meanwhile, over here with Carver and this fisherman, he is easily the second biggest guy in this village besides Carver, not including anybody in the party, barring Iron Mitch, of course. But they're gonna pull this little ship over. It's like the most bucket-shaped ship of them all, and Carver pulls it over to them. They each take a side, and this guy's kind of following Carver's lead as he dips it under the water, and their muscles like heave and bulge, and he's like, hold on to it, we got to get enough water. But they're like already struggling. Anything else from anybody?
Yeah, I've been watching Leadbelly while he was trying to take over the ship. I'm gonna say, well, you are a handy guy, but I guess you don't need the other hand. But a bullet might help. I shot for the guy with the helm.
Oh my god. Okay. Will you also roll me an initiative?
Yeah, sure.
And you're hitting the guy directly in front of Leadbelly, correct?
Yep.
Okay, roll for damage.
Nice.
Okay, you you score a headshot on him, and he's dead. Combined with that blow of vicious mockery, his head has had enough, and he just falls over dead. Any reactions from Leadbelly to that?
Woo! That's why you my boy! Kiryu, thank you! I'm just happy to be helped.
Looks like I blow his mind off.
Oh, Leadbelly's not straight to death. He knows what's up.
Well, that fellow. I'm gonna say that, of course, was your action, but any bonus action type stuff, you
Nah,
feel
I'm
free to
good.
spin it.
I'm good.
Okay. Anything from Mitch?
Mitch is just standing there with his hands out.
Word. Well,
losing. This how we gonna do this. Roses are red, weapons against me won't prosper. With this sacred treasure I summon, Big Raga, the op stopper.
We'll head back to
Free go.
the fight on the ship, then we'll just stay there, I guess. And the guy hauling the anchor up is pretty terrified by, like, one, the way Leadbelly just acrobatics his you know, I guess I can't here in the first-ish minutes, but you guys, and that he acrobatics it off to get onto the in flying colors, and then that great headshot from Kiryu just now. He lets go of the rope, pulling the anchor up, and he puts his hands up. He's surrendering. He's like, okay, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Smart choice. Smart choice.
That ends that combat there. The flowing river is left here in place at the wharf.
Oh yeah.
And
Ship acquired.
we'll get back to Carver and this fellow here, the fisherman. They're pulling up the quote unquote bucket full of water, but like they're both struggling, and this second fellow here, the second fisherman, is like really like his shakes are so bad, even Mitch over here can see them, and he's like, Carver, I can't hold on, man. Please, I don't want to lose my boat. Can we just drain it? And Carver's like, rally, rally.
Can I hear them?
Yeah, that close you would hear them.
I'd have to make another acrobatics check to get over there.
Do it. No nuts.
Do it. Go nuts, he said. All right.
It'll be even easier to get back onto the docks. It was harder to get from the docks to the ship from that point. I'll say
What's
that.
wild to me is the fact that you literally have the ability to make a spontaneous limb ladder.
11.
Yeah, you clear it.
Nice, let's go.
Why is Goji marking for me?
So I'm gonna go over here and help them out if I can. What do I need to roll for that? Oh man, that'd be
Okay, so if you're joining in.
Also, I don't know.
I'm going to need a strength check from you, but I'm also going to take it from Carver and the fisherman for a collective. So at least 2 out of 3 of you will need to beat it.
It's not gonna be me. Yeah, I'm not a. I don't have that much strength. Oh man. Well, I was there. I tried.
Oh man. The Fisher is the first to give out, and his muscle he's not even really able to squeeze out a thank you. He looks at Leadbelly as Leadbelly runs over and helps him on his side, and you can see the thanks in his eyes. You don't need that high of a passive to see it. But like he can't get it out of his mouth as he's like his face is turning purple as a plum and his arms just give out. He goes, "Ah!" and he falls over backward onto his back. His arms are still like shaking and trembling as Leadbelly and Carver both also lose grip on this boat, and it pretty instantly sinks into the water.
Oh man, I'm so sorry. I tried. I really did.
Yeah, the Fisher.
Oh, what? Go ahead, Mikey. Sorry.
Mikey?
The fisherman is like, he cranes his head over and notices the ship sinking, and this is his ship, so he just lets out like a little cry, and he's like, "Carver, you bastard. You're gonna give me half of that oarfish." And Carver is similarly apologetic. He's just like, "Oh man, oh Ricky, I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. I will make it up to you, my man." But he likes Leadbelly's gumption, and he's like, "Come on, we can try it with another ship." And he's running over to this ship right here, and he's gonna look at Kiryu as he passes and goes, "Come on, give us a hand." He's also gonna look at this fellow over here who so far hasn't elected to do anything, and he's like, "Glengarry, get over here. We need your help."
Glengarry is amazing. I'm not gonna lie. Let's go.
Yeah, Glenn, why don't you get a move on?
He kind of shakily is like, okay, sorry. And he'll run over, he'll squeeze past y'all. And at this point...
What do you want me to do?
We're gonna lift this boat.
Why?
Help these guys. Cause look what these guys did to their town. That's not very cool. Like,
no, I'm asking the guy. Why are we doing this?
Yeah, why are we doing this actually?
We're gonna
out of character. What even happened to their boats? Because I don't even think their boats got hit.
He is trying to scoop. He is trying to scoop up a big bucket full of water to be able to carry it over and douse the flames in like one go.
Oh, you guys are making like a line, an assembly line of water?
No, they're trying to pick up a rowboat worth of water so they can douse up the fires.
Yeah, bro.
I mean, let's just make an entire rope put out the fire by himself.
Yeah, why can't Mitch just pick up the rowboat and do it himself? Hold up. Mitch, where are you?
Mitch wants money. Because Mitch wants money, bro.
No, Mitch, why don't you just...
Captain, inspire him. Say we'll pay him. Like, you're the captain.
Mitch, I got 150,000 berries. I don't know how much that is, but I'll give it to you if you come over here and pick up this boat for me.
Mitch will turn around. Listen, there's 2 things Iron Mitch does not mess around with. That's seawater and cliffs.
As long as the seawater don't touch you, you'll be okay.
Hey, Arthur screams out, he's like, "There's 3 things Mitch don't mess with, apparently. Well, apparently one of them is money."
I love money. Wait.
I can't say this, but out of character, I want to say, do it for the fans, Mitch.
I'm gonna say, do it for the fans, Mitch.
Yeah.
Your fans are watching.
I mean, he'll walk there, but out of character over the table. Mitch's strength score ain't that high.
Yeah, neither is Leadbelly's, bro. It's okay. We doing this.
That's okay. This is a combined strength check, or a collective strength check, rather. So
Everybody
I'll need
rolls
a
a -1.
check from everybody, and at essentially this point, the more people that join, the lower the dice check gets. So if you five are gonna try it, I'll take them from Carver and this fisherman, and y'all can roll yours as well, and we'll see what happens.
I was gonna say, can I just use my portals?
Oh my
Do they
god.
work in the water?
Can I just use my portal to send it to one of the buildings?
Yeah.
Like,
why don't
can I use my portals like to douse water on the buildings?
As long as you don't fully submerge it, you should be fine.
It's always said, work smarter, not harder.
I have no concept of money, so Leadbelly would still give you the money.
Give me, if you want to run that with your ability, run me a kind of maybe a weird one on the surface, but roll with me a performance check for that.
Bet. I think I might have advantage on those. Let me check. Please.
You're a wrestler. Last night we let the wrestler talk. How we doing, chat? How we doing? Everyone loving this session so far? It's got me feeling Rizbelly. It's gonna be me, Imadimo.
Nobody gives a fuck.
All right, Dill, thanks.
Yeah,
Hope for the
wonderful to
best.
see everybody join back here.
Oh
Thank
my
you guys for
God.
the migration.
Jesus.
Oh no. Oh man, I'm so sorry. On that, how run me how you would style that, essentially, and I'll tell you where it goes wrong.
I mean, like, I was gonna have a, what's it called? Mitch just try to make a portal appear under the sea.
Under the sea.
That's about it. Like under the sea, under the boat, and then he would try to raise it towards the boat, and then he would create a portal towards whatever building that needs to be doused.
So that instead summons a portal essentially right under the surface of the sea, like right there in front of you, which instantly sucks in that boat, and the returning portal comes in right behind you, and it like spits out this huge gust of water, or gush of water, I suppose, into your back with the boat, which it won't do any damage, but it is gonna now knock you in the water.
No! Can I try to grab the boat that's right in front of me?
I think that's the one.
That's the one that was triggered in that.
Oh shoot.
That's
Okay,
the one
then I'll
that got
do
sucked in.
then I'll do what's it called? I guess I'll do a portal recall and where I'm falling, and go back to where I was standing.
You're falling in the water.
Yeah, I want to do like a portal recall in the direction I'm falling.
Before you hit the water?
Oh.
Yeah, before I hit the water.
Okay, so I guess you're falling. Devil Fruit powers weakened while you're splashed with water, because you had that big gush like come over you. Like you'd be like submerged for like a second, like Splash Mountain. You know, when you get hit on the bridge with that big thing of water.
I know it depends on like Oda has said it's up to like past your ankles essentially, but I've also seen panels where that's broken. I'm gonna say, yeah, in this instance, this is about like, this is skirting the line of how wet you can get. Any wetter than this, pause, is no good. But I'll say for this one, Mitch, yeah, we'll run with that, and you can run that recall, which would also cancel out the other portal, and where did you say you land?
So I wanted to be back where I was.
Just right back. Okay, the guy standing next to you watches all of that. He gets doused as well, but he's just like, it didn't knock him over or anything. And he watched that and can't really comprehend like how you wound up there, then you wound up in the worst circumstances ever, and now you're back to normal. And he's just like, and he holds on to the ship but stares into the reflection of his face in the water.
Don't worry, because I am here. I guess now we can only lift the ship because I guess Mitch's original idea failed.
Sure.
I mean, you can try it
y'all,
again, but you might get a similar problem.
if y'all want to run that original plan to use this ship with the blue sail as a bucket, I'll need a strength check from all three of you, plus I'll get one from Carver and the Fisher.
I pick up the ship myself.
That's a strength save, not a strength check.
Shit.
Yeah, this is just a straight strength. It's kind of a weird combo.
Around the same.
Let's go.
Again, strength save, not a strength check.
Oh, dude. Oh, yeah, yeah. Run me strength regular, Lucas.
It is regular.
That's save.
Oh, good.
I'm
That's
seeing save.
That's a save.
Oh, for you, it's probably the same. I don't think you have much into it.
5.
How do you
Well, hey,
have plus, how do you have more to a raw strength check than you do to a strength save?
Yeah, how do you get a 1+1?
I have no idea. Jack of all trades, maybe?
No. Well, maybe.
Well, either way,
Yeah.
thanks in part to the fisherman's critical success randomly, I guess he has faced mortality and he sees the limitations of humanity are all self-imposed because of the strange portal manipulation Mitch just used, and he is just locked in for this strength check. You guys scoop up a big bucket full of water in this boat, and you're carrying it, and with that success, it means you guys can move. Kiryu, it looks like you're in the lead, so you guys can move Kiryu's movement speed toward any of the fires.
What's your movement speed? 30?
Yeah,
We couldn't get to any of them directly, but we could get like right here.
Yep.
Let's go.
Y'all could get there where I just pinged, no?
Hell yeah.
Where Kiryu was just standing, I traced a 30 line to there. So y'all can get right up to it, and you can douse that fire if you'd like.
We need these fishermen guys up there with us. I don't think we can do this by ourselves. And Mitch is just watching us do this.
Probably get the one right here, in all honesty. These two are basically controlled. This one's
Well, they were mitigated for a moment. This one is still very much mitigated, but this one is starting to spread back up just a little bit here. Again, those were great moves to quell those spreads, but that didn't put them out. So if y'all want to toss that, I'll need. Let me just take. let me take the strength from 2 of y'all. And if you want to elect Carver or a Fisherman to be one of or both the 2, call it.
Who got the highest strength scores out of all of us?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do this. Josh, you have +4 to strength. I'm definitely gonna say you.
I know Mitch only got a +3. What about the other guys?
How am I stronger than Mitch?
Mitch is full blown.
All I'll say about their stats essentially is the Fisherman rolled critically. So
Yeah, that's a straight 20.
that
so.
is an anomaly for sure.
Also, Mitch is straight Dex, man. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But
yeah, I am all
guess-
charisma. Like,
Tell you what, you wanna sub it out for Dex if you want to be nominated, Mitch. You can do that. So we're getting strength from Kiryu, Dex from Mitch? Question mark.
I don't mind it. What's it called? Going with strength. I'm just trying to see. Yeah. Okay. Sure. I don't mind. Actually, you might have a higher dex than me, Leadbelly. What's your dex? Lucas?
what's that?
Oh, I just said that you might have a higher dex than me.
My dex is 1, bro.
Okay, never mind.
Surprisingly, I think I might have the highest strength in this crew.
A 10 in dex? Oh my god. This can't be. Oh my goodness. This is what it is. That's all.
I think I
guess
will the highest dex in the crew.
Okay, Kiryu.
Right.
Can we get another strength?
19.
Nice. Thank God.
Okay. It meets y'all both pass that. You with the combined effort of Leadbelly, Carver, and the Fisherman there to haul it over, you chuck that water onto this fire, completely quenching it. And on that, we're gonna make a cut back to, actually not back to.
At first you had my curiosity, but now you have my erection.
We arrive in this cultivation out of the jungle after a trek led by the
Good smell. Flavor.
Kyle / Tom York Landry that has stumbled upon Abyss and Turner. He leads them up here toward the door. Ragnar, if you want to place your token there. And you guys have probably been chatting a little bit along the way. Is there anything in particular, Ragnar, that you had wanted to bring up that you want to talk about from that trek? Ragnar?
Oh, I was muted. See, sometimes I forget what happens.
Oh, good. I was just coming to check.
Alright, I'll be like, whoa, it's awfully hot outside. You know, with all this light, let me just pop my umbrella up. I prock up my umbrella. Like, ah, that's better.
Tile comes up. I guess this will be like as you guys are coming out of the clearing, and Tile's like, yeah, I cut down this area, all full of thick trees, tall, old, ancient. I use them to build my home here. It's nothing too special, but it gets the job done, keeps the rain out.
I think it's
You
impressive.
know, He pulls out a set of keys from his pocket and he looks over his shoulder at Abyss and he's like, you kind of remind me of like a high society type, an aristocrat.
Yeah, I guess you could say I was designed that way.
I was always a lover, never a fighter.
Locks the door and opens it, invites you guys inside, and as you come in,
gonna look at Turner and say, "Ladies first."
Turner has that same stare, just like stares you in the eye, and he's like, "Okay." And as he's walking inside, kind of very much choosing to ignore that, he spares one last look at the mountains, which would be visible kind of like up past the tree line, past the house there on the left side of the map, as he walks inside. The first thing you two would notice, you three would notice really, is a baby is crying in the room pretty loudly.
A baby.
And Tile shuts the door behind you, Abyss, and takes his helmet off. He sets it on this pretty ramshackle, awful looking table with like literal holes in it, and then kind of trots past it to this bassinet under a ladder over here, which isn't it's not pictured, but that ladder does lead to a loft area. There's like this wrecked shelf over here, this intact shelf, a broom just on the floor, and some other stuff around here. But Tile runs over to the baby and he picks it up out of its bassinet and he's like, "Oh, don't worry." He's like soothing it. "Don't, it's okay. I'm so sorry I had to leave for so long that time. I'm almost done. It's okay. Just, all this stuff."
Nice home you got here.
Thank you. I built it 7 years ago. Came out to live in these jungles 8.
7 years ago.
And the baby does indeed like calm down. It's like it. He'll walk over here to a cupboard and rummage out some like baby food for it. Look over his shoulder. "You two hungry, right? I'll cook up something. I have some hog left over."
How about a fruit? You have any fruits?
Oh, he like looks around this way and that. "I'm pretty big on vegetables these days, but here, hold on." And he'll pass the baby to Turner kind of instinctually. Turner will take it, not really wanting to. That much is evident, but Tile is already running away before he can offer any protest to like the tumbled down broken shelf where he like rifles through it, and despite its nature, he does pull out like a pretty pristine looking apple. It has a little nick on it as he brings it over to you, but other than that, it looks great. And he's like, "I didn't know if you ate this sort of thing." He kind of stumbles over every word as he says that, regretting them at the same time.
I don't get what you mean. Of course I eat stuff.
"Wonderful, wonderful." And he like his brows are furrowed as he takes the baby back and just kind of like bounces it and starts feeding it that food he fished out.
That's
And
I look at Turner and be like, "So Turner, you've been looking at those mountains for a minute. Why do you keep looking that way?"
he takes a deep breath and he looks between the two of you and he's just like, "I'm trying to get a move on. I have a bit of a time limit to my mission. And it was okay when I was with that boy captain, but it's not so okay when I'm stranded on an island." And now he kind of focuses on Tile and he says, "Please tell me whatever you can. Where are we?" And Tile will just, as he's feeding the baby, go, "Oh, this is Panangea. This is a South Blue Island. We're here just like tucked in between the calm belt and the red line." And Turner will just like furrow his brow and pump his arms and go, "No, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I get that part. Where am I in this jungle in relation to the nearest ship that can get me to the Grand Line?" He asks, way more pointedly. And Tile will say, "Oh, well, that's Port Gorko, probably. That's what you want. They have a big shipwright yard there." And Turner will just nod, and he points at the mountains, and he says, "It's over those mountains, isn't it?" And Tile will cock his eyebrows, actually, and go, "Yes, they are. Good idea for somebody who's never been here before."
While you're feeding the kid and Turner is worrying about finding a ship, I'll just have a meal. You guys can go back and forth. And then, as soon as I say that, you see me put the apple on the table, and wherever direction the light is casting from, the shadow of the apple, I grab it and start biting into it. And every bite, you hear the crunch as if it was biting into an apple.
Turner is pretty flabbergasted. He's been flabbergasted, but he's hit it pretty well. But now he lets it back out as it was when he first saw you. And he approaches you, and as he puts a hand on essentially your chest, what would happen as his hand touches you?
I guess it would just feel like a soft chest. Pretty
He
sure I'm metaphysical.
so you're saying it would just pretty much be like a normal human chest?
Yeah, like you could be able to touch it.
He backs away. He's pretty he takes a shaky breath and backs away. And he's just like, "Lord, what have you done? What is
All of a
this?"
sudden, once I finish with the apple, you can be like throw away like that middle piece and like throw it off, and it just fades away. And when you look at the table, the apple instantly starts to rot.
Turner and Tile are both looking at this spectacle. Tile is certainly visibly surprised himself, but not so much as Turner, who just is like, "Lord, what is this? You were so powerful when you helped me cross into the Grand Line, but you didn't possess anything as strange as this. I'm very confused. I had just felt like I had come to terms with your death, and now..." And he takes a deep breath and then side eyes Tile rather unceremoniously and goes, "I'm sorry. I get rather yappy in my old age."
Understandable. You said the smoke was coming from some port? Ranchi, Raichu. What was the name of it?
"Real Machi," Tile says, and he nods and kind of points off lazily in the direction of that town to the essentially to the southwest of y'all. And he says, "Yeah, it's a fishing village. They're beset by pirates every now and again lately. I don't know why. You've got 199 just up the coast. They're like a 2-hour ride down following the coastal current. Kind of crazy if you ask me, but I will say I've never seen any smoke quite like that. Not from there."
Well, if it's a fishing village, their odds of having a boat is pretty high. And if it's smoking right now, that might mean one of those occasional pirate raids you're talking about might be happening, and they probably have a boat. Can't we just take theirs? I'll look at Turtle when I say that.
He kind of purses his lips and he nods and he's just like, "Yeah, I suppose we could, but if you would want to roll an insight check, you could."
Oh, sure. I rolled it.
Okay, so at an 18, you would notice that he has been fairly friendly to you, I guess you could say, as far as Turner's sort of friendliness goes, but you can see at the thought of traveling further, traveling by sea, he is now like suspicious that you would bring that up. And he does nod though, and he's just like, yeah, we could do that.
Did I do something wrong? Okay.
Nothing's wrong. I just don't want. I can't waste any time. And he shuts his eyes to pretty much say all that, but as he opens them at the end, he looks imploringly at you. And he just starts like tapping his foot, and he's like, if you could understand so much better if you weren't in that box.
Well, I don't understand. Regardless if the mission is right now to find the boat, I'm pretty sure we could go to either that port or the one he mentioned across the mountains. It's up to you, Mr. Turner. And you see me start dancing around the room. And now I go to sleep. Sit down.
He goes to sleep?
Like, he just goes for a quick nap. Like, you know how Luffy and Garp, like, mid-conversation, go, and just pop down? I just, like, prop down to the floor. Whenever you're ready, just let me know. And just, like, just sit down and just fall asleep immediately.
Word. Well, Tile will watch all that. Of course, Turner is as well. And Tile is the first to break the silence after you start to like softly snore, I guess. And he looks at Turner and he goes, "Wow, you have a very interesting friend. I've truly never met anyone quite like him. But if you all would like some sort of guide, I can offer you passage to the trail, but I'm actually covering this area right now. I can't go very far. There's some trouble here in the jungle, and a king boar. It won't stop growing. I just keep hunting it and keep scoring good hits on it." And he points a finger at you as he says that. He's staring. He was looking Turner in the eye, but now he's like looking at the floor, and he's like, I got some good hits in on it, but it always seems to evade me. But I can lead you guys to the jungle trail, no problem.
I don't know. If he's talking actively to me, I would try to
Kyle
listen.
jumps at you waking up. He thought you were like out for good. He's like, oh, man. Hey. Sorry.
Hunting a king boar does sound fun, but like Turner said, can't waste too much time, apparently. No idea why.
Oh man, wait, you guys want to help me? Like, I could really use the help. I like to consider myself a bit of a learned explorer of the jungle, but I'm no master of the forest, and this king boar is really giving me a hard time. He's looking between you both now. He's like, you want to help me take it down? And he props up the baby in his arms. For the sake of the little one.
I look at Turner and be like, how about this, Turner? We help him kill the boar, and he can help us lead us to the shortest route to that port, you know? It's like a give and take. Pretty mutual, you know? That's what I think, at least.
Yeah. If you help me take down the king boar, I'll take you all the way to either Hilduero or Ryomachi, either or. Turner, he's chewing his lip. He's staring at the floor. And he finally looks up and he says, okay, well, let's start with lunch. How about that?
Great.
And Tile will like smile and be like, yes, it's been so long since I've hosted company. Let me just finish feeding her and I'll throw some loins on the roast. And do you like pumpkins? I love pumpkin steak with my pork. Would you both like some of that?
Sure.
Swell, wonderful. And then after that, we can take our evening hunt and find that damn boar and bring it down. He says
Sounds
that
like a plan.
He says that with as much ferocity as you just said that, Ragnar. But he's like also very gingerly feeding the baby at the same time. And Turner is gonna migrate over here. He's gonna make himself at home in this chair. And as soon as he is done feeding the baby, Tile will cook for you guys. We're gonna cut back to the Ryomachi Wharf. And if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna take a little 5-minute intermission. If you all want to as well, go get a drink, use the restroom, whatever. I'm gonna go do that real quick, and then we'll be right back if that sounds good to everybody.
All right.
No problem.
Angel.
Yeah, what's good?
How's Iron Mitch looking right now? Like, what's his HP at?
3.
Oh shit. Okay, I got you.
Thanks for asking.
Don't worry. I'm waiting for Mikey to get back, and I'm gonna do something. Oh.
What?
My son just gave me a lid. I don't know what it's from, but he gave me a lid. How are y'all doing?
Only responding to what you said in chat.
I want a devil fruit above table. Just letting y'all know that's happening.
Let's go.
Goal is to get me baby 5s.
Pretty cool.
I want the arms fruit. Dylan chat's like, oh no. How are we all feeling about the session?
I'm so fucking hype right now, bro.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
It's pretty dope, pretty fun. I just realized I can't have cookie clicker.
We're gonna meet up with each other. I'm really curious how it's gonna happen.
I am too.
Yo, Ragnar, you know, live, bro, I was fucking dying when you said, "Oh, I'm gonna go with Turner." I'm like, okay, goodbye, Ragnar.
I thought you were Turner, and I was like, damn, did I really shoot Ragnar 4 fucking times? Let's go.
Did I shoot Ragnar 4
Dude,
times?
but Mitch is gonna be so excited with his lion buddies on the crew, basically. If Ragnar joins the crew. Dun dun dun. Keep watching to find out.
I can't wait till Arthur says, that man's either lying or that man's lying.
Also, what happens when the body starts decomposing? Are we just gonna smell that in the coffin on the ship? Because, like,
Well, it doesn't decompose. That's one of my innate abilities. I sleep inside of the body.
You can sleep inside my body.
I don't think you'd enjoy that, no.
Oh man, don't knock something till you try it. Yeah. It's a buddy gonna match my freak.
What a sign to come back to. Is everybody here accounted for?
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty, well, coming back to the wharf, these guys over here have finished tying up Spenny. We'll go ahead and get his death roll out of the way. Okay, another success. He's hanging on. Some of y'all, off of your passives, I know here, Arthur and Suiryu, Leadbelly, excuse me, would notice somebody else run up, or rather jog up from the sand down here on the left of the shore. And Leadbelly, Mitch, Kiryu, and Arthur would recognize him as the jogger who initially gave them the directions here to Ryamachi in the first place. And he gives out a big cry. What in the sand heck is going on here?
Pirates were attacking, and so we hit them back. Yeah.
Oh, hey. Good to see you guys again. Good thing my directions came in handy. This is my trusty hometown, Ryamachi. And
yeah, I mean, if you look at it, in a way, you saved this town. You sent us here. Like, you are also a hero.
Bro, you did not just say that to him. You see a sparkle as he runs up to y'all and you say that to him. He stops for the first time that you've had a short interaction with him. He just stops moving completely and he's like, dude, thank you. Thank you so much. I've been trying to award myself hero status for a while, and it's gratifying to hear it from somebody who's standing over my hometown's demise, somebody who plotted my hometown's demise. It means a lot. He brushes a tear away.
Whoa, we saved your hometown from demise. That makes us hero. You're a hero in a different kind of sense. You know, like if you were here, you'd be the same kind of hero. You know, like there's tiers to it. There's levels to this, you know, like don't get it twisted.
Mikey, Leadbelly is going to kind of smile at the interaction between Arthur and that man, but then he's going to turn around and look at Iron Mitch and notice he's pretty beat up. And I'm going to cast Cure on him. And then you'll heal 7, then I need you to roll 1d6 because it's going to be added by my Harmonic Vitality, which I will send to chat as well. So you get 7 plus whatever you roll.
Could you roll that 1d6?
That's Harmonic Vitality.
What'd you say? Hey.
Oh wait, never mind. I was asking if you could roll it, but never mind. I'm writing. I'm back on my laptop. I guess faster than I thought I would be.
Let's go.
7 and a 1d6. All right. 4.
So, like, young man, you were running around warning us, giving us directions to here. Why were you not here protecting the town? What is your business?
Oh man, I'm training for the next, the next 4 C's athletics. He's like looking at you all as he says it, like this is like common knowledge. The 4 C's athletics. If any of you guys want to do like a history, you can send that.
I'll do that right now.
I say to Mitch when I heal him, by the way, I tell him thank you for fighting next to me.
Oh, you're welcome.
God,
That's what I do.
I have a question for you.
All right, I guess I know nothing.
Here, let's what does I love the first of all, love the Leadbelly Mitch love. Arthur, what do you say back to this jogger who just came up? / does anybody who overheard that want to roll that history?
You know,
dude,
if
I
you
want Leadbelly to roll a history. Let's go.
if you I don't know what athletics. You realize that like if the town's not here, you have nowhere to live. Maybe like priorities need to be set in like. You know, how I said there's levels to this. There's like maybe the town is above training, like, you know, safety of our fellow man. There's levels to this. There's levels to this, son. They're like Arthur's like trying to like put it into perspective. Like he can't grasp the fact that he was training instead of like being here to help his like friends and family. And he's like, I've been wanting to be a hero. Like you could have been. You could have.
Is there a payment for this athletic?
So great if you weren't running the entire time from your problems.
Is there
Bro,
a
straight up,
payment
like-
for this athletic competition?
He looks at Arthur in particular, and he's like, I didn't know this was gonna happen on my afternoon run. Okay, I just went there. Everything was fine when I left. Obviously, I wouldn't just leave and run things high and dry.
Like,
And
isn't this a
as
normal
he says
occurrence?
that,
Isn't
Wait,
this a
say
normal
what?
occurrence to be attacked by pirates?
No, why would it be a normal occurrence for pirates to attack islands?
Yeah, they come every now and again, but it doesn't mean I can just put my dreams on hold.
Not with that headband on.
What about the money?
Hey,
But
don't
it's
you be
athletic
talking about my
competition.
Doskoy Panda headband.
The money.
What did I get with
Right.
17? Do they know what the games are? Like, do we get some like insight?
Yeah, I was gonna say for Lucas, yeah, you absolutely know about the 4Cs athletic competition.
Yeah, the 4Cs.
Sometimes called just the 4Cs athletics, which is a it's an event put on and funded but hosted by Mary Joie, which they have a location picked out every 2 years, and it's where all athletes from all over the 4Cs are transported over to this location to prove their mettle as the best in the world, essentially.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I planned on failing that. It's straight.
A 17 passes real, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So Leadbelly's gonna kind of clam up about it. He's gonna look at him and be like, "It's an admirable thing to participate in, I guess."
Yes, but is there money involved?
Thanks, man. I'm gonna wing for gold.
Okay.
Does
This
anyone
dude-
hear what I'm saying? Does no one care about the money?
Mitch here, and I'm gonna hand Mitch 75,000 berry and be like, "Since your portal failed, I feel like this is fair."
No. The village must pay us. You don't pay me.
Oh yeah, we did tell them we wanted the money.
As
Save
y'all
this whole
say that-
village.
As y'all are talking about that, out of this market office, or wharf office, as they called it here, a big fire and smoke shatters a second-story window. It explodes and glass flies everywhere over here. And it causes these guys who are still pushing on that wall to back up a bit. They're like, that was heavy as things are heating up. Even this lady says, the wall is getting hot. The fire here is definitely just starting to blaze out of control. This one is quenched completely. No more worries. The stall itself is going to need some tender love and care, but oh well. The fire here is mostly quenched, and then yeah, this one's raging on. So
Well, that's our cue to go. No, I'm joking.
Wait. We can't go without our money.
Oh yeah, that's true. Should we help him put out the fire soon? I feel like we should. Our fight kind of called.
Tori, by the way, was this the boat that sank?
that boat did sink. Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just dive in after it.
That's crazy.
While doing so, because I
Right.
also have powerful build. The moment I hit probably not even near the bottom, as it's already down there, I want to quickly, probably see whatever rope is down there. And if you allow me, while the water is here, and just for sake of theatrics, I want to start spinning it at the bottom because it's in water. It's got water in it. I want to see if I can have some sort of both momentum and finesse into just throwing it to one of these two fires, and at least, hell, I'll throw it in both of that just general direction if it means water goes that way. Out of the
Wow.
water.
So you're twirling the rope around the boat to hopefully hurl it back toward the fire, correct?
It's a very, very weird way to apply physics, yes. But he is focusing more on momentum, intelligence, and his finesse, so.
Yeah, give me first another sleight of hand, but that's not going to be the only check in play here. We'll just start with that, though.
Hey, Kiryu, what the hell is your brother doing?
I don't know.
Let's see.
Going for a swim?
You know what?
That
If you'll permit
unfortunate-
me, I would like to apply action surge to this.
Okay, sure. Yeah,
More effort
we'll figure
more
that
effort
as
into the same action.
yeah. Just roll that sleight of hand again.
Oh my,
God!
Go, dude.
How do you flavor looping it around the boat?
I could have just imagined just looking at the boat down here because I saw it sunk earlier from the fishermen. I could see it. I could see every pinpoint precision between where I left and just where it wants to go, and I just proceed to start having the rope just and key points to where it just makes it easier for me to do so.
Wow. Okay, well, for that critical success, the next check I'm going to need from you is a straight strength. I'll give you advantage on it, though, for that critical success.
Outside of raw strength, because I also have, like I said, powerful weight, because I'm not very good particular sex, this is why I kind of want to rely more of my accuracy and finesse. So, that's why I also wanted to do and more of kind of like just a finesseful throw out of the water.
Okay, run it with.
If nothing
Run
else,
it
I
with
can
your
go raw
dexterity,
athletics because I have the athletics skill. If that's okay.
You can go with the dexterity for that reasoning. I see what you're going for.
He's smarter than he is more brawn, so he's trying to apply his more intelligence into making this easier on himself. That being said, let's roll it. Is this still at the possible advantage? Because he is technically he does have the finesse of being able to carry more than the average person, at least double it actually.
Well, okay, in that case, yeah, let's take the advantage off. If it's not going to be a straight strength, and that's cool with you. Yeah,
right.
we'll run it on just a 1 dex check.
Yeet. Whoops. Rolled it anyway.
Okay, well, going with the first, unfortunately, that would not be enough to swing and whirl that boat up out of the water. You kind of work around that whirling momentum, but the boat is like moving. You're definitely moving it, but it's not coming with the velocity that you'd have liked.
Then I have another particular thing because I'd like to. It says, all right, for a strong will for the human, quote unquote, it says a failed saving throw. Doesn't say anything about skills. So am I allowed to also use the strong will ability, possibly, and add more to it at least?
No, that's just for saves.
It's funny because there's human determination and strong will. Yet none of them implies actual effort. By the way.
Does that leave you off down there then, Suiryu?
I mean, I'm still gonna fucking spin it. I don't give a fuck. I will rather kill myself by the time I fail this.
We can try again in a second. Is there anything anybody back up on the wharf wants to try in the meantime?
Buckets near me.
Come again? Who was that?
It's me. Is there any buckets near me?
Yeah, there are a couple like just buckets, chum buckets and such. Some maybe cleaner buckets, but not quite clean buckets. Fisher stalls all around. So yeah,
Is
there's
there,
plenty
like,
of that stuff.
4 of them?
Yeah, you could get 4 buckets together. Will you roll me a 4d4? Or rather a 1d4, excuse me. I got myself a little confused.
I got 4.
Okay, you muster up 4 fairly clean buckets. They're not the chum buckets, at least.
I'm gonna get like right up by this, and I'm gonna grow 4 arms out of the side of the fucking dock. I want to roll performance if you'll let me, because I'm gonna be like dancing and shit while I do this, singing. And I'm gonna make a windmill basically with my arms, where they're constantly picking up the buckets and I'm throwing them on this fire.
I can roll with that. That sounds cool. You're rolling that on which of the 2 fires that are on this building? There's like
just the one that's like right in front of me.
Okay,
right.
Word. Roll that performance then.
Fuck. 13.
Yeah, that passes. It's that fire has been fairly steadily growing, but it's still just there creeping on the outside of the home. It's definitely blackened the side of that wall, but that little windmill performance of whatever you do, however you want to flavor it, does put that side fire out.
Let's go. I'm gonna be singing the chorus to Feel Good Ink while I'm doing it. Windmill, windmill for the land. Let's go. Fuck yeah.
As that's happening, this pirate who was left alive and I don't believe tied up by any of you, correct me if I'm wrong.
The pirate on the ship?
Yeah, you all.
No.
He surrendered, but you all left him there, not tied up.
God.
He's gonna get back to hauling that anchor up off of the side of the flowing river, and he's just hoping and praying. He's not rolling any stealth, but he's hoping and praying.
What does he feel like when he just sees a man in the water just literally spinning a boat around? Because that's what he's looking down, by the way.
You and the others wouldn't be able to hear this. He mutters this as under his breath as is humanly possible, but he does mutter under his breath like, "Man, I gotta get the fuck out of here."
I'm gonna, with my incredible walking speed and moving speed due to my roving, I'm gonna make my way over to the edge, see him maneuvering. I'm gonna take aim with my revolver and be like, "Well, one left, and you made the wrong call, partner."
He drops the anchor rope again, and he puts his hands up yet again, and he's like, "No, wait."
I rolled 12 to shoot. I rolled. Did I hit? Why do I have disadvantage? I shouldn't. Is a 14
is
hit?
Just a regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
fuck you.
Roll for
do 3 damage to him. I'm be like, it'll be worse if you keep moving. Now you better stop.
It hits him in the shoulder, and I'll even say it like blasts him back like 5 feet against the mast, but he is still standing. He's doing okay. We won't enter into any sort of combat for that one, but yeah, he is still weaponless, and he's clutching his wound in his shoulder like, "Oh God, I didn't mean it. It was a bit."
It was a bit.
A bit for whom?
It was a bit.
Hanna.
For the YouTubes.
At that point, this girl over here, who some of you guys might remember, she was the only person manning a stall. She came out of. It would be Arthur, Mitch, Leadbelly, and Kiryu specifically, who would have seen that. She came out of this stall and then ran to you all and begged for help. And she has been surveying everything. She's been standing here central to kind of everything, bearing witness to the fires, the ship, and Mitch's portals. And she runs over to Mitch and she says, "Please, your amazing powers, you've got to put them to work yet again. The market office, it'll spread, and my juice stand will be the first thing to go. And right after that, it'll be the farm, and then the whole village won't be able to eat anything but fish for weeks. You have to help us, please." And let me roll something quick for her before you roll anything, Mitch, but you can feel free to interact back at her if you like. Okay, go ahead with whatever you want to do now. She didn't pass it. Angel, you there?
Yeah, what's up? I was away for a bit.
So, the girl that first came up to you all as you reached Ryomachi, she like ran out of her little kiosk over here. She just told you, please, she said, please, you've got to help. Your amazing powers need to help us out. If the fire from the market office over here spreads, my juice stand will be the first thing to go, and then the farms, and then the whole town won't be able to eat for weeks except for fish and seafood.
You know, I'm kind of playing a character. This character's not supposed to be a good guy.
She looks over at Mayor Belvedere over here. Says, "We'll pay, right? We'll pay," she says without waiting for his confirmation, because he looks over and he's like, "Well, wait, the situation's not under control yet."
I feel like it's just at this point a boat just flies out the water if I actually can roll that.
Mitch is gonna look at them and be like, "You've been saying you will pay for a long time, man. Where's the payment?"
Where's the result? The market office is about to go down. Our entire wharf is in danger of being burned to the ground. It's just growing hotter and hotter. And he wipes like the sweat from his forehead. Even from this distance at this point, you guys would feel the fire, the heat from the fire in the market offices from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my attention to that.
But this is not what we agreed to. We agreed that if we get rid of your pirate problem, we get the money. Your pirate problem is gone. Where is the money?
Do you want to roll me a I guess you could do an intimidation or persuasion check for Mayor Belvedere.
Yeah, I guess I'll just have to go intimidation. My intimidation is horrible.
That's enough. He's a little old man. He's on a cane, and he's looking at you. This obviously like three-muscled, chiseled wrestler, and he's just like, "Okay, but you still have to help with the fires." And he looks at these two fellas over here, and he's like, "Go fetch the chest we assembled." And they'll kind of look between each other. They'll look at you, Mitch. They'll look at the girl who implored with you. And then they'll look at the mayor, but they'll run past. One of them will look at the girl and be like, "Rhea, what's the matter with you?" And they'll run off here up into town away.
It's a lead belly effect.
Still Leadbelly effect.
I'm getting paid now. Okay, what do I need to do again? Stop a fire? I can't do
Yes,
that.
please, just try again with your portal thing. I'm sorry what happened to you before. I don't know if that's like a normal thing, but like, it was a good idea. I saw what you were going for. Please. The market office is the most integral part, but
Gonna make my
it's
job
already
easier, just
gone.
put
We
a
have to
portal
put
above
it
me.
out and
Say,
save the whole wharf.
I'm gonna propose something to you, Mikey. Can me, Angel, and Suiryu all like roll together as like an epic crew moment to try to put on?
Man, what's a pre-crew moment before we're the crew?
How are y'all gonna
Nah.
flavor that?
I was gonna say, I guess, Mitch will be like, oh wait, no, we'll be like, yes.
Technically speaking, in a matter of if I might be the lead in this, gentleman, technically, if you want Mitch, you can put a portal right above me. It takes it easier for me to throw the boat to the bigger one that needs it, and honestly, Leadbelly can just catch the boat and make sure the water is focused on the building itself as it runs down. His arms, I'm pretty sure, could catch that, and I don't think he takes damage from them. So.
Oh, I do.
Oh, you do? Okay. I'll heal
But
you afterwards.
I will cast Bardic Inspiration on us as well.
But no, if we want to do that, we can do that.
Give it a shot, y'all.
I guess,
Let's
You do see a whirlpool just basically start just spinning.
I'm gonna put Bardic Inspiration in chat just fixing.
I guess, if I can see it, I guess, Mitch will.
Definitely not too far into the water. You definitely see the water moving.
Yeah, if I can see it, I guess, Mitch will walk towards you.
give me that. Okay, give me that exact sequence of events again, real quick.
So in general, Mitch is going to basically put a portal either above me or right next to me. I would recommend probably just above me, especially with you dealing with water powers. And just a portal above me and above the big old house in general. I throw it through the portal so it basically all lands downward on the house, and Leadbelly will catch it to prevent any more damage to the actual structure from the boat coming out of the portal.
Okay.
All right. So, I'll do that. But just in case this shit fails, I will try to do the normal shit where I make the portals towards the sea and try to pour it.
Let me get from Mitch a Constitution check. After
Sure.
that fail with the last boat, really focusing on getting that portal placement just right this time. Leadbelly with the performance. Oh, no.
Jesus Christ.
Bardic Inspiration, though, my man. It's not gonna help much, but it'll help. Because I am singing Highway to the Danger Zone while we all do this.
Yeah, you could run your Bardic or you could save it. Your call, Angel.
So this is a Constitution check.
How
wait,
tall
you
is
said I
this
can
water? Genuinely.
use my
Right where
Bardic.
you are, it's kind of like one of those beaches that drops off of a pretty big shelf. So where you are, it's like a good already 8 feet deep.
8 feet deep. Nah, you couldn't hear me then.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna use that Bardic Inspiration. It's not gonna
If you
help.
allow me, because I still technically have a bonus action, I'm gonna take a brief moment after letting this boat kind of come up and just let it swim around. I'm going to, if again you'll allow me, I want to use one of my traits, to basically, I'm gonna do Devil Fruit Researcher. So once per long rest, I can identify a target of the Devil Fruit, and I can basically give Tamp. I basically know what type, has base abilities, and relatively drawbacks. Right? That's the top 3 questions. I'm gonna use that here with my action surge. Basically, spare bonus action. I want to guide Mitch into using his power appropriately, granting him hopefully the aid action.
Well,
And
I
granting
will
him
say
another roll.
How many action surges do you have? I thought you already used it.
So action surge grants an extra action and a bonus action. That's why I say, I wish to do this during the extra bonus action.
Oh, you say okay. Word. Okay. So
kind of guided him through using his powers.
I don't know how that would work. Yeah, I don't know.
I guess let's just run that at
It's a
advantage.
fancy aid action, granted you advantage. That's
Yeah,
all.
let's just give it advantage. I was trying to like flavor that some other way, but yeah, roll another con check.
Come on, Angel, you got this.
There you go. At least I didn't a freaking one.
That did it right there. So you with that
if
combined,
you can add bardic inspiration if you want on top of that. Just FYI.
I will say that aid you gave already passed for Angel if you want to save that bardic. That does you grit your eyes shut and that come through from Suiryu lets you hone in and you set that portal up just right for him, but we do need to get some rolls from you, Suiryu. So could you please do let me get a combined strength and dex check.
All right. Strength, dex. And I'm going to add bardic inspiration to the strength. So that's going to get at least a little bit higher to, I'll take an 8.
Wow. Okay.
It's not a very strengthful throw, but that's why I wanted the portal above me to begin with.
On that does make it past. That 24 is putting in a lot of work, I gotta say. But
why
that
do you
does
think I use it?
that does pass with that combination check, and it passes through the portal. Leadbelly, I saw your checks already up there with your bardic. Without it, it would not have passed, but with that bardic, absolutely checks.
Let's go.
It doesn't quite pass 100% to plan. The boat crashes into the market with a cascade of water that does put the fire out, but causes a good bit of damage as well, as like a chunk of the ceiling falls down beside it, and a great hiss of like white steam and mist billows up from the quenched flames. That was that, guys. I gotta say, that was so cool. That was so dope.
Suiryu just gets out of the water and pulls himself up and just fucking pulls his hair back across his head again.
I flavor it so that when I caught it, I made 2 giant limbs that caught it, and because I'm not used to doing that, one of them just kind of started shriveling up, so it fell on like,
oh, ew. I mean, sure, yeah. Ew, that's crazy.
I was like, oh god, oh god, oh god.
I just realized Suiryu did that with one arm.
Let's go.
Yeah,
that's why I needed that combination there on the second one. But wow, I was stunned by that 24. That pulled a lot of the plays.
That dex fucking hits.
Let's go.
Work smarter, not
yeah,
harder.
that leaves just one section of fire here.
That fire got dealt with him earlier when he was doing that
No,
that
I
was
only got
just the
there's two
side
of them.
fire. There's still the main fire that you actually cordoned off a little bit, but it is still like a little bit on fire, quenched for the moment.
The
Does
bigger
anybody
one's been
have
taken
anything
care
else
of.
they'd like to do?
I don't have anything I can do.
You know, it's also funny. At least the guy got his boat back.
Yeah, I was trying to making him another one. Like, I can just do that.
In that case, we'll cut back to Ragnar here in a second. Last but not least, if some of you noticed, the two guys in charge of Roundup picked up Captain Rivers, who Arthur tied up, and just brought him over here with the other now prisoners. Everybody else here who's not been moved is just dead, or else this fellow here on the ship is now shot in the shoulder.
Arthur still's got the gun pointed at him, so he doesn't make sure he does it again.
Yeah.
There you
Fuck
go. So back here at the shack, through all that time, Tile has finished feeding the baby. The baby's back in the crib over here, and he's passing out the 2 plates of pork and pumpkin steak, as well as a 3rd plate for himself. Dig in, fellas. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, it's not really often I get a lot of company, but I'm glad to have you both out here. Turner starts just devouring his food, and he offers a fairly friendly but still pretty, you know, kind of uncouth. He just grunts at him. Ragnar, what you got for Abyss as he served this plate of pork and pumpkin steak?
I'm just gonna eat a pumpkin, and then you know, how do I explain this? I'll take the meat and throw it in the coffin.
Turner has the pork chop in between, like, he's holding it in both hands with his thumb and forefinger, just like biting into it, and he sees that and kind of like he scrunches his face up as you turn back to him.
What? A man's gotta
Nothing.
eat.
I don't know. I never heard of pork going in with your dead bodies, but he still takes a big bite.
It's complicated.
It's complicated. Every One Piece plot ever.
As he is like devouring his food, he's still kind of eyeing your food, which I guess shrivels up the same way as that Apple did earlier. He kind of he takes a bite of the pumpkin steak, puts it back down, and then takes the pork chop with him and walks over here. He says, "Where's your loo at?" And Tile tells him, "Oh, I just, nature's restroom." And Turner nods and continues on to the door with his pork chop in his bare hand.
God, I want a pork chop now. God dang it. I'm hungry.
So while we're on the topic of pork chops, you can tell me about the king pork. Is it king pig or king boar? King boar.
Oh,
How big
man.
is this thing exactly?
Big as a house. Bigger than my shack. By at least a hair. It's been terrorizing this jungle for months now. Just keeps growing and growing. I've never seen another like it. It keeps attacking merchant caravans that are passing between the towns here through the only path that heads through the jungle. It's terrible. And he looks over his shoulder at the bassinet and he says, now, that baby is a survivor from one of the attacks, the only survivor I've ever found. Her parents were up in the mountains at one of their retreats for resort vacation. They were aristocrats from Port Gorko, I think, and their carriage was beset by the king boar. I barely got out of there with the baby alive. It was something else. I've been hunting this thing for 4 months, and I just can't seem to get the slip on it. Your help is going to be much appreciated. And he takes a big bite of he cuts off a big square of pork and eats the whole thing in one bite.
I had a huge appetite.
Wait,
Well,
say again.
this thing is as big as a house, and it gets bigger every time. If we don't stop it now, it'll be too big to catch at some point.
I know. It's already too big for me, but I haven't let up the hunt yet. There's just nobody else in the jungle. I'm the only person who lives out here, and I would never ask the soft folk like the people of Ryomachi or the people of Hilduero to come help me. They're the people I'm trying to protect from this king boar.
Especially a Pacific runner.
Well, whenever we finish our meal, let's head out.
Yeah, the Tile has pretty much been finishing up his plate. I guess your plate is finished up. And Turner is outside doing his business. Give me just 1 second here.
I'm kind of curious, Kyle. Is it that you want to live out here?
I do. It's my greatest joy. It brings me no greater pleasure. I love people, you see, but I'm just not accustomed to living with them, I think.
Well, whatever makes you happy, I guess.
Thank you. He smiles sincerely. Not a lot of people think that way. If you want to roll any sort of like insight, perception, I guess, feel free.
What's this blue thing over here?
Oh, that's a big harpy I caught. Biggest in the jungle. It kept assaulting Ryomachi for a while, so I took it out for them a couple years back. Thing kept me fed for a week.
It's pretty big.
I don't like to over-tame the jungle, you see. I don't want to be an arbiter of its balance, but I don't know. I just want to protect people as best as I can. And I love the thrill of living out in nature. He takes his last bite of pork at that point, and he gathers up everybody's dishes. He starts munching on Turner's uneaten pumpkin steak. He's like, yeah, it's not for everybody. I know that. And he walks over to the sink and starts kind of lazily doing the dishes. Give me just 1 second. I'll get the baby situated, and then we can be off.
No problem. I'll go get Turner. Turner. Turner.
You're met with silence. If you want to roll any sort of perception check or anything like that, go right ahead.
He's probably taking the piss somewhere.
As you head back in, wait, sorry, say what?
My first assumption would be he's probably taking a piss somewhere in the woods.
For sure, for sure. As you head back inside, Tile is finishing up the last plate and setting it aside. And he's like, Okay, let me just get her tucked in and then we can head out.
All right, no problem.
He's over there, tucks her in. He gives her like he says something, but he's like whispering it. So if you want to roll anything, you can. But if not, no
Sure,
worries.
I'll roll perception.
Okay, okay. All right, that was just a regular. Out of 10, you're not going to hear him from this distance. He's whispering too quietly. But he tucks her into the bassinet and heads back over here to the table. He puts his helmet back on, gathers up his rifles and such, and he comes over here. Ready, chap?
All right, let's go. Lead the way, Mr. Tile.
As you guys head outside, he looks all around and he's like, "Where's your buddy? Big bladder on him, huh?" And he kind of chuckles awkwardly, and he's just like, "Oh, I wish I could take that back."
Where did he go? Should be back by now.
What's his name again? Turner. He joins the call too. Turner.
He wouldn't, right?
If you want to roll anything else, feel free. Otherwise, I'm gonna have Tile roll.
Roll insight.
Oh my word. It was private, but it was critical. And he's able to perfectly track the fresh footsteps of Turner over here. And he calls out, "This way, he went this way."
I rolled a crit fail insight. He's probably just taking a really long piss, right?
No. Trust me. Follow me. These are fresh. I can tell. He's able to negate that, luckily, and he brings you over here where there's like dirt here around his house, right before the grass and vegetation creeps in. The footsteps stop here, and he just kind of looks around. He's like, "What on earth?" And he looks at you and he's like, "What is up with your friend? Where could he have gone?"
I don't know.
And after he agreed to help with the king boar, and he leaves his friend here behind to carry around this coffin.
Well,
goodness gracious, what a man! He kind of huffs. He's like, "Oh."
Well, I just met the man, so I don't really know much about him.
You just met him. He sure seemed like your best of friend. Strange.
Well, he kind of knew somebody I knew, you could say. A friend of a friend.
I see. Somebody that they used to know, I suppose. Well, if you want to carry on, we can carry on.
It is just us, so if you're willing to still fight the boar, I'm all down for it.
Come. It is most active in the evening, but by the time we get to where its den is located, I believe it will be back. He'll head off this way toward the edge of the map here where we'll come here to the over map just to kind of give a sense of placement. We're going to be about here with Abyss and Tile, deep in the forest, fairly close to the mountains, pretty much in between it and Ryomachi as they head out from his shack. Is there anything else you want to converse with Tile about on your guys' trek through the woods as he hauls his big elephant rifle, regular rifle, and pistol and such, and you've got your coffin and the sundries?
Oh, have I ever seen what he looks like under whatever he wears, or is that a talking skin or something?
Have you ever seen what? You cut out a little bit after that.
Have I ever seen what he looks like under that thing he's wearing? If he's, I don't know if that's his like armor or if that's his.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, yeah, it's just a helmet. He took it off to eat with you guys. He's just a regular guy. He's just a human.
Okay.
He's
So
got kind
where did you get
of
the
blonde
armor?
hair, slightly bald, just a normal human.
I'm more interested. Where did you get the rifle?
Oh, I bought it from a passing merchant in Ryomachi many years ago. About 6, 7, when I was first starting out here in the jungle. I figured the bigger the rifle, the better. It certainly helps out here and there, but I've scored hits on the king boar with this thing, and it hasn't exactly done much.
Bro bought the unlimited supply of ammo along with it too.
Well, for now, we hunt. Oh, hunting we will go. Hunting we will go.
Hunting we will go.
Pretty much.
Let's hunt some more. And he starts heading off on a run now. Do you match pace?
Yes.
Okay, let's do we're gonna do a contested athletics. I'm gonna roll one for him privately, if I could get one from you.
Alright, no problem.
You jazzed him up, he's ready to go.
Will's my let it. Dang.
Do you have advantage on that one?
Oh no, I do not. I just roll automatically with that stuff.
Oh, word. Unfortunately, that doesn't match, and he's taken off at a sprint. You jazzed him up too much, and you're
Slow
keeping
down.
up. But the coffin is heavy.
And in the daytime, I'm a bit slower than usual.
He just barely hears you, and he kind of holds up, and he's like, "Sorry about that, old chap." And he does that thing where you're on a hike, and he like got way too far ahead and just waits there a second. But he's like, "You'll have to trust me. When you see the thrill of this hunt, you'll be moving at Mach 10 yourself."
Mach 10. I don't know what Mach 1 looks like.
Are there any conversations you want to head off with Tile as you guys make your way through the jungle that way?
Sure. Well, you said you're living your lifetime dream in the forest. What are you gonna do about the kid?
I'm going to raise her to be strong and independent and able to defend herself from the horrors of this world.
I'm jealous. I wish I had that kind of cover when I was born in this world. Anyway, let's keep going. That's about
She
ending.
didn't exactly have it at birth. Who knew what her parents would end up like? I remember dealing with those aristocrats from Port Gorko from time to time. They're not exactly the best sort, but you can't damn a baby. And then I guess you guys continue on through the jungle at his behest. I'm gonna Okay. Did a private roll, Tile passed it, so you guys head off as he has best tracked to the King Board Den. We're going to go ahead and cut back to Ryomachi once again to catch up with what's going on here. The finale of the fire that's going on. Who wants to take us off? Who has something in mind?
I want to roll a performance again just to see if I can get this one out with the windmill thing that I did for the other side of this building.
Sure. Roll that same thing again.
19.
Oh my word. Yep. That
I want to
passes.
make my way onto the ship with the guy that I shot.
Okay, if you want to go directly from here, either way, it'll be acrobatics or yeah, I guess just roll with acrobatics, but it will depend where you're trying to jump on it from.
If I'm not mistaken, they put a plank down right here, didn't they?
They pulled that off.
Okay.
When these two came back on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get onto the deck of the ship so that I can watch the guy and make sure he's not pulling up the anchor or doing any funny business. But I rolled a 6, so you're.
Oh, man, if you're jumping straight from there,
I'm not gonna make it.
They reach for the railing, but you kind of like slap against the side of the hull and just splash back into the water below.
It's fine. I'll get up there next turn. It's all good.
It's like straight up Adam Sandler movie.
If I catch you moving, I'm gonna kill you when I get up there. You better fucking believe it. Seawater tastes like salt.
He screams back, "You already shot me. You got a mouthful of salt. Who's in a worse position?"
You hang around interesting company, brother.
And you won't don't make it worse.
Well, we've just met.
And Lucas, off that roll, you absolutely succeed. I guess you're dancing around again as your arms windmill that water onto the like cutaway wall that Suiryu had previously kind of set in place.
Let's go.
Suiryu, Seed is going to run over. Wait, sorry. Who said that? What?
Oh, I just said we put out the fire.
Indeed, all the fires are out at this point. This stall up here is definitely salvageable. This one down here is going to be pretty easily salvageable too. We'll maybe see what's up at the office here in a bit. It looks pretty rough, I'll put it that way. But for the most part, the wharf is saved, the farm is saved, Ryomachi is saved from the fire. The flowing river is here parked and left, and there's like a general outcry of cheer from all the people of Ryomachi. I will say, Suiryu, Seed is gonna rush back over to your side. He's gonna nuzzle up real quick against Kiryu's hand again, and then he's gonna do the same to your hand, and then he'll transform back into an arm and rejoin you on your body.
Fucking seconds back into place. It gives a couple flexes to make sure it's on appropriately, but that's pretty much self-sufficient.
Very nice. Okay. Well, this girl over here, the girl Rhea specifically, is like this girl over here is like cheering, who initially came to you all. She's jumping for joy, cheering, while everybody else is like doing their own thing. These guys over here who have helped tie everybody up are like joining in the revelry. Belvedere is sparing a smile. He's waving his cane around in the air. The jogger guy over here, I don't think you guys got his name yet. So the jogger guy is just kind of doing like jumping jacks for joy, literally. He has a name. If you guys want to ask him for his name, feel free here in a second.
Jagger Jack.
This guy down here, not quite, but close enough. This guy over here who collapsed earlier, losing his ship, he has like one fist in the air of victory. Congratulations, y'all! You have saved the town. And these two fellas, who the mayor instructed to head up earlier, come back here in front of Mitch with a chest in front of them and lay it down in front of him and say, "Okay, here's your money."
Mitch opens the chest. What do I see?
It's full of money. It's full of a lot of paper, just regular, typical berry, a few coin berry, some solid gold, but mostly paper.
How much berries in here?
all of it. And contains all the berry of the world.
Give me one second. I lost my place.
While you do that, Mikey, Leadbelly's gonna look at Suiryu and say, hey, listen, man, you're pretty tough. What you did with that boat back there was fucking dope. Why don't you join up with us? I mean, we're already gonna take Kiryu to get your sister anyway.
Why?
Something to do. Don't you want to be free? Like, just travel the world, do what you want. If you find your sister, you can
free.
Hey, be free with us.
It's just, for the most part, he kind of like looked at you. Like, he didn't even actually look at you. If you actually got close, he had a katana pointed at your forehead, just from behind him. He spoke up as he just put his blade away.
Been speaking to you while I was walking up, and I also have let me force of personality, so I appear more amiable. So you know I'm being friendly. You know there's no like threat coming off of me.
Probably, but I still you still get the same response.
It wouldn't affect me.
It might be just a clash of personalities at that point, but no, it's just you get a sense that's just the way his natural standoffish nature goes.
Kiryu,
turns
brother.
to you. Are you worthy?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Considering what I saw in the last fight, let's not. Considering the fact that this entire conversation, I've taken down half of your supposed crew, and then the other half of my old abductors. He says that with like the heaviest air quotes that you can ever verbally pronounce.
Abductors? They abducted you? That's funny. We came from a place where your brother got abducted too, so you guys really are like two peas in a pod.
Well, let's just say I went with them to avoid a problem for somebody else.
Oh, that's cool. That's mysterious.
Considering the fact I have no other means of transportation off the island, I will humor this idea of yours.
Nice. You can cook too, can't you?
I can.
I'm gonna give Suiryu 20,000 berries and ask him before we leave the island if he'll gather some supplies for when we sell. Because I don't know what to cook. I don't know how to do any of that, so I'll just leave that shit to you, my guy. You seem to know exactly what you're doing.
Fine.
I want to make my way up the ship before anyone else gets up there or gets to the guy up there.
Yeah, just run another acrobatics for me. The difficulty will be different this time, way different.
Oh man, I'm gonna fail. This is it, y'all.
You're gonna drown.
I am.
Yo, anyone looking at Mitch
No,
like from the
not
docks?
even close. You clamber up there with ease, dripping wet, a little annoyed. I would guess at this fella.
All right.
Even though he had no hand in that, but you make it up.
You listen here, and I mean listen. You don't talk, listen. I'm wet, I've had a really long day, and I've seen a lot of people die, and I don't like seeing people die. You've been shot, you put up a good fight, and you somehow swam away from here. I couldn't stop you. Are we clear?
What are you
don't want to see more people die. You swam away from here, and I click my gun.
It's the fanciest way to tell somebody to fucking book it.
Exactly. He said make
Oh my god.
The best part about lying is you gotta tell a little truth with it. So get away.
He critically failed his wisdom save. So he is genuinely like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I didn't swim here. I came on this boat.
I fire my gun in the air. I'm like, you swam away! Oh, I can't get him! He's running away!
Cody.
He runs, he sprints, and trips overboard, but continues to swim. He listens to you and swims off.
Arthur doesn't want to kill people. He's trying to have his Red Dead redemption.
I appreciate the absolute fact that you don't want to murder somebody, but you could also just enlist him as an actual crewmate.
No, he's a bad guy. I shot him once too. I can't trust him. Above table, in character. Oh man, damn! I couldn't believe it. That whippersnapper. Damn. Well, I got us a boat.
I don't know how can you shoot after getting out of the water. You're good.
I would like to pick up this chest and head towards the ship, happy, smiling.
Oh, that's right. To answer your question, Mitch, the villager responds to you. We managed to scrounge together 1,030,452 belly. That's all we could do. Mayor Belvedere hobbles back over and he's like, that's as good as it's gonna get. Enjoy it, Sonny.
Don't call me Sonny.
Oh,
Mitch. I don't even know who you are. Anyway.
I don't know who you are either.
I'm gonna walk over here and be like, well, they're my crew. I'm Captain Leadbelly. And listen, Mitch, you should definitely put that on the ship, and then we should probably stay here for at least a little bit and like eat and rest before we head.
Suiryu is just gonna go up to this lady right here. You seem to know things.
Hey, Mitch, that whippersnapper you fucking got me. You're not gonna believe he just swam away. It was crazy.
A whippersnapper? What is that?
Whippersnapper you talk of.
I'm gonna help him start sorting the treasure onto the ship.
You could probably still barely hear him like splutter screaming, like he's trying to scream, but he keeps getting mouthfuls of water.
Oh man, these fish are beautiful. I love listening to them mate. Their calls are just so big. Oh, just music to my ears.
One day you'll realize none of us give a genuine care.
Miss Nod. You know, Arthur, today I lost my best friend.
It's all right, partner. There are plenty of lands in the world, and I ain't lying.
There's 1 million berry makes up for it.
You point me to
Does it?
Leadbelly wants to ask the mayor. He's gonna be like, hey, what's your name again?
I am Belvedere.
Who's that jogger guy?
All right, listen, Velveteer. There's one thing I'm missing. I need it on the crew. I need a navigator. Do any of the people here know how to?
Crew. What are you talking about, crew? You're all a crew? What kind of crew?
We're pirates, man. We're just like.
I don't know, consider the fact that if our brother didn't fucking lose her, our sister could probably help you with that.
Belvedere's eyes go wide as saucers as you say you're pirates. He takes a step back and he goes, pirates. I'm going to phone the Navy. All of you.
I pipe up and I'm like, hold on, I'm a bounty hunter. Actually, it's okay. Don't worry. It's like one of them. You read that new comic? What do they call them? The Sewer Slot Squad. They're with me. They're.
Then bounty hunt these pirates. Get away from me, pirates. I'm
Oh
going
my
to
God.
phone the Navy.
Hold on, are you a racist? Racism is a crime, and I will bring you into the law.
I didn't mean
As
to.
he's
One classes at a time.
as he's backing up, this other woman who kind of sprang to the lead earlier steps up behind him and stops his path. And she goes, "Now hold on just a minute. These are the first pirates that have ever helped us, ever. Why don't we return the favor and not cause a scene?" And she's pretty much, she's like, she's a good like 1.5 feet taller than him. She's like looking down at him like with that signature teacher look in her eye. And he's just kind of he looks up at her and he's like, "But they're criminals too. Just because they helped us, they still said they're pirates, and now they have our money." And she just kind of goes up, 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 and he goes,
Well, you know how economy works, don't you, sir? If you gave us the money, where are we gonna spend it? Huh?
Listen, sir. I'm sure these pirates that we just defeated had bounties. To make up for the money you gave us to help us start our adventure, you can turn in these thieves and shitty pirates into the government and get your money back.
Add a character. I'm just wondering how much these guys are worth. He's probably worth a decent job. Him?
So,
Go get some of your money.
Captain Loser McGee.
one thing at a time, with Leadbelly asking or proposing that to Belvedere, he says, "Well, that's to be expected. We'll be handling the escort of those prisoners into the Marines' hands. Don't you worry about that. Where a pirate belongs."
Not all pirates. Hashtag not all pirates.
All pirates. All pirates. And the jogger guy will go.
If it's serious, go look at Leadbelly. "If I may, Captain, if you want to do a celebratory, why don't you possibly host a feast
Oh, yes.
with all these residents?"
How about it, Mayor? Will you feed my crew and your town people? It is cause for celebration. And then I'm going to break out into song if you'll allow me.
Mitch, did we ever get that jogger's name?
Nope. It'll forever remain aloof and a mystery.
Angel did peace out, but y'all did not get the jogger's name yet. If anybody wants to ask him.
I'm going to turn to him and be like, "You, what's your name?"
"I'm Bob Jones."
"Bob Jones, do you play the drums?"
"No, I run."
Run on drums.
Run on the drums.
He switches from running in place to doing jumping jacks and like thinks about it. He's like doing that thinking face.
To the rhythm of his jumping jacks, I'm going to roll a performance, if you'll allow me to try to persuade the mayor to feed the crew and the entire town, to throw a feast in honor of this victory.
Definitely roll that. I'll throw in Bob Jones is gonna chime in and say, "Yeah, we absolutely need to like throw a party. This is a great day. We took down these pirates, we stopped the fire from spreading. Like, this isn't bad." And when he says that, Carver over here, who was inspecting their prisoners, is gonna walk over here and join this little throng of people and say, "Yeah, come on, Mr. Mayor. We've met a lot of bad pirates, but these are the first pirates who have actually had a heart and done something about anything. Let's throw ourselves a little party. We deserve it. Come on."
While they're all saying this, Leadbelly's like grew another mouth and he's like, "Bing boing, bling bling, bing boing," and he starts singing, "No beating me, yeah, 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 yeah," and he sings, Bling, bang, bang, boom.
How did I get
Just one
this guy?
second.
Can I make a history check with advantage because of my bounty hunter background to see if I can find a information on like a bingo book on these pirates and see like what they're notorious for, what they're
Absolutely, you can.
By the way, Suiryu is kidnapping this person to have her show where food is.
Yo, let's go.
Okay, let's see. So,
Alright, there's Captain Loser guy. If I remember right.
Captain Loser guy.
Captain Loser
first
McGee.
of all, with a collective performance check, thanks to Carver and Bob Jones's help, you guys do end up convincing Mayor Belvedere to kind of calm down, and he's like, one toe out of line, and I'm phoning the Navy on all of you. That's not out of the question. And with...
I'm just gonna hand him a fucking food bar as I walk past him. Eat it, be happier.
Not you when you're hungry.
You're safe, and if he does take a bite of that, it's fucking amazing.
Arthur, with that history check, you will know, recognize rather, that this is a rookie pirate of recent renown.
Also,
in the last, couple months or so, named Captain Rivers.
I don't know.
He's got a bounty of 3 million berry at only alive status. Not wanted, dead or alive.
Midget went.
Where who?
Sassy McMidget band player.
Dude,
Pan
Arthur
flew.
blew him up.
Oh yeah, I fucked him. I killed him. As I'm gonna walk over off of the ship, leave Mitch with attending to it. I'm
Spontaneous explosion.
yeah. I'm gonna make my way over and be like, all right, this here is make sure you have them all nice and tied up. This here is Captain Rivers. He's not really a big deal, but apparently he's worth 3 million berry alive. So if you guys lose him, you know, the first thing would be A, not kill him, B, tie him up, and C, don't lose him in the first place, you know. Hands to feet, gag his mouth so he can't bite his tongue off and kill himself. It would null the bounty, null and vote. Actually, while I'm here, and then I'm gonna start gagging him and be like this. You want to make sure that he can't get to his tongue to his teeth. It's mighty important that you properly restrain your prisoners.
At some point, as you're doing all this, Mayor Belvedere will push in between Leadbelly and Carver here to get up close. And he's waving his cane like, now wait. This immediately goes against the deal we just created that I acquiesced to. We are going to turn him into the Navy for his reward.
That's fine. That's fine, but it's only alive. So if you want the reward, make sure he can't kill himself. You gotta think smarter, not harder.
You're a bounty hunter just giving us a bounty?
I mean, you're giving us 1 million berry and setting us off on our adventure, giving us a great day to celebrate. Why wouldn't I let you have this piece of shit?
Rivers is still like semi-stable and he's like still weeping, just like openly. He's just like,
he's gagged now though, so he can't bite his tongue off. I'm not letting him kill himself. Ain't happening. Cody above table has gone through this gag too many times. No killing yourself.
Out of character, I'm just going to state in general, I already know the character of this person. Rivers is too much of a bitch to kill himself.
oh my god. Well, at Arthur's words, actually, real quick, Suiryu, what did you say about kidnapping somebody?
Oh, Suiryu had heavy implications that he was quote unquote taken against his better judgment.
Oh, by the Rivers pirates. Oh, okay,
Yes.
gotcha. Then in that case, Belvedere at Arthur's words is he kind of hoods his eyes and he trembles and he looks up with like tears in his eyes and he goes, "You're the most wonderful bounty hunter in the world." And he turns to everybody and spreads his arms and says, "Let's throw a party." And everybody, all the real Machi.
I'm gonna look over at Rivers as I'm like continue to gag him. Like, look at that! It's probably the first time you've made someone happy in your life. Way to go, Rivers!
Oh my god!
Before the people start celebrating, I'm gonna look at this lady and be like, "Hey, listen, lady, you seem to be the one that's really in charge here. If anyone asks, we came to this town, we wrecked your wharf fighting the other pirates, and then we left."
No, I run the bar over here, and she points to the building pretty much directly to you guys. Her left and your right, and she goes like, "Sure, whatever. I'll say whatever you want. You guys have been a huge help today. Thank you."
Thank you. I just want them to know I'm coming. Now, show me the bar, please.
Can do. Let's get started, everybody. She calls out
just
to
pull the
everyone.
tables out and let's just fucking get out here.
In the street, I'm here for it, Suiryu.
It would make it
As
much
you
easier if
guys-
I'm going to feed everybody here, including the villagers. That is, if the
As you
villagers
get-
do not want to eat my food.
Yeah, pork offal for everybody. Yum.
Oh, he can make more than that. That's just a more effective one. He can basically make so much more. That's just the only one that knows that actually has effect behind it.
Well, hey, as you guys decide what kind of party you will throw, we're gonna cut back to Ragnar here for a second, but I am gonna call another real quick intermission. I'm gonna run here just for a quick second. I'll be back in a bit.
I'm gonna make this fish taste so good that they'll actually want to eat it.
Dude, this has been so much fun.
I know. I'm so fucking hyped right now. We're about to have a banquet, guys. First banquet as a crew.
Captain Loser Guy. Made sure he couldn't bite his tongue off. Me and Lucas have too much experience with that.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Yes, please.
I appreciate that entire idea, but I will be real. The only person who probably had the nuts to do it is probably the toughest opponent. He is absolutely too much of a coward.
Listen, man, me and Lucas have been through it. It was, I think it was our captain first, and then.
Absolutely. If it was anyone worth their great assault, absolutely. Him, probably not.
It's also good to remember that for the future, in case we do get another bounty. It's only alive. Gotta make sure we gag them up so they don't. Like that one dude at the in One Piece during Sabaody. He's gonna be traded as a slave, and he held his tongue in his mouth with the blood till he bled out.
We need to make this a two-part profession where bounty hunters during the day and pirates at night.
Dude, we could be Batman.
We could be Batman.
I want to be Batman. Dude, that's my bounty hunter name now. I want to be Batman. I'm vengeance, dude. I'm Batman, guys. Arthur's gonna get hella drunk. He's gonna be like, I'm not the hero these seas need. I'm the one they deserve. I'm Batman. I like bats. They're creatures of the night. They're really cool. They got them fangs. They got them things and fangs. I'm about it.
Also, out of character, I think it's just hilarious. I'm not sure if it's just you or maybe just in general, he's forgot the fact that Suiryu has a fresh scar across his chest.
Man,
That's why
Captain.
It was funny when you decided that he got shot earlier, or you shot the guy earlier. You didn't trust him. I was like, I wonder what that says about Suiryu hitting you.
Captain says you're good. I believe him. I believe in the belly.
The food I cook you.
ToriMori back?
What up? Yeah, I am back. Is everybody else here?
Yes, sir.
I'll go grab coffee.
Okay, yeah, we're back here with
Ragnar.
Ragnar.
Back as Cody leaves.
We are back here.
Equivalent
Hell yeah.
exchange. One has to lift up.
Cody might not be away though. He might just be laying on his bed because he can talk into his setup and everything for bed.
Just a quick lay is nice.
ToriMori.
But Abyss has followed Tile here into this part of the jungle, and they
Oh, Mikey, you cut out.
Yeah, just one moment. I'm moving y'all over. Abyss, if you want to put your token down over there, somewhere on the left by Tile.
Okay, I see him.
Hey, Mikey, what's that
He's
peeking out?
Say what?
I said, what's that peeking out from the side, my guy?
I don't know. You guys are wandering through this jungle together. And Tile has been cajoling you with stories about animals he's hunted before, daring nights of camping against other predators, the mountain lions that come down during the summer. And he's also sang some songs to you along the way. You guys have had a pretty good little time, even without Turner with his leaving. As you guys come into this clearing, actually, Tile is going to bring Turner up, and he's like, I just really don't appreciate a man who goes back on his word like that, but I suppose you know him better than I. Perhaps his ulterior motives were bigger and better than whatever we have planned here. But I thank you for sticking to your word.
I really don't know him that well, but he probably had more important things to do. Well, at least more important than what we're doing.
I can only hope the best for him. And then as you guys are stepping up closer, he will notice this up ahead and point it out to you. It's the ruins of a carriage from what it seems like. There are only a couple of wheels and a spoke left, as well as a big board, but it's probably what it looks like most. Excuse me. And he readies his rifle. He puts it up against his shoulder, and he creeps in
You gonna
closer
shoot
to
the
you.
carriage or something?
Say what?
You gonna shoot the carriage or something?
I think the boar has been here. Look at the ground.
Losing. This how we gonna do this. Roses are red, weapons against me won't prosper. With this sacred treasure I summon, Big Robber, the Upstopper. Free go.
Stomped. There are tons of hoof marks all about. As you go wandering about, he goes, da, da, da. Careful, careful. I think it's broadened its den. And he's like looking everywhere. He's looking left, right, front, center, back, forward, everywhere.
I thought we came to kill it.
But we want to get the jump on it. Come on, let's check out the carriage, see if there's any clues.
Hey, good question. I'm gonna ask the question before we go any further. What time of day is it right now?
It's like late afternoon, not quite evening, but like the sun's wearing on into the sky.
I could be in better condition for this fight, but I guess it's fine.
Okay. Taya will creep up to the carriage. Are you going to come along with him?
Yeah.
Okay. He's going to check out the carriage, looking all around. There's not really much of note off the surface. It looks like a lot of debris, unrecognizable wood that's mud stained, some of it, a lot of it rather, is trampled into the mud itself. Tile doesn't touch anything. He's just inspecting it, taking soft steps as he goes along. And if I could get a stealth check from you, Abyss.
Sure.
Okay. 21. Was that okay? Either way, yeah. I suppose like yeah, the 21 does pass. You creep up alongside, and Tile whispers like, "It doesn't look too fresh, but the land itself looks tamed by the boar. I had suspicions that it was expanding its territory, but I didn't quite think it had gotten down this far south."
There is something I should mention. Technically, that was a crit fail.
Oh, is that not with advantage?
No, no, I roll. Let me drop it in chat.
Oh, for some reason that was coming through as a advantage, but I see. Okay, yeah, absolutely then. Scratch all that, excuse me. You step on this bone right here, and it snaps as you're passing through. Tile whips his head over your shoulder, over his shoulder to look at you, as all of a sudden you guys hear just a pretty distinct, just a huff of air.
I'm guessing that was not good.
Wow. Okay, off of a 2, the King Boar comes charging in. Tile is able in that time to hear it and easily expend some movement to just dodge to the side there beside you as the King Boar tramples through the wreckage of that carriage, scarred, bloody, angry, squealing. It turns as its charge peters out and turns to look at you both. I'm gonna need an initiative check. Roll, rather.
I rolled that disadvantage too.
Just not good during the day, huh?
Pretty much. I gotta roll it again. See if I get worse.
Dude, we're really gonna be Batman.
Change that to the 7. Yeah, change that back to the 7. Or should I do it? I can do it.
No, I
There it
got
is.
you. Oh, okay. Did you delete your token?
Oh, maybe I did.
Uh-oh.
Here, throw it back down.
Throw it.
Well, roll it again.
No, your token. Put it on the map. There we go.
Here, I tossed it out.
And make sure you add that to turn, and then give it the 7.16. There you go. We got it there.
Void. Okay, so that was just its instigating attack. The King Boar is going to take another hit. It's going to move up here just ever so slightly in front of you guys and perform the stomp, which will reach both of you. Oh, man. I don't, Abyss, I don't think that hits, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Shoot. As it stomps at you both, I guess you each like dive to the side to avoid its hooves as it squeals and rears back on its hind legs and slams them down. It feels like an incredibly minor earthquake just went off under your feet as it does that. This thing is indeed massive. It's not quite as big as Tile was saying earlier, like bigger than his house by a hair, but it's like not that much smaller than his house. It's pretty big, and it just looks mean. It's got an angry look in its eye as it rounds and huffs at both of you.
You look delicious.
The king boar, actually, on its first turn, has 2 attacks. So it's going to take its next with Tusk Gore on Tile.
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
Which doesn't hit. It slams its tusk into Tile, but Tile holds it back with his rifle and like grunts at the impact as his rifle kind of gets like lodged in between the tusk and the snout itself. It that actually like pushes them back a little bit, like over here this way. And he looks at you and he's like, "It's going to be a good fight with just the 2 of us. Are you ready?"
Let's go.
With that, then, we get to Tile's turn proper. His rifle is lodged in the boar's tusk, but he's going to try a little maneuver where he holds the rifle in place with his foot and his arm as he pulls out now with his free hand his pistol to shoot it in the mouth. First, I'm going to roll. I'm going to roll that acrobatics for that leg move for that to even work in the first place. At 19, it passes for him. So we'll do. Oh, that barely hits. He fires directly into the king boar's snout for 6 damage, and it just kind of squeals. It's a bit of a muted squeal, though. It just sort of squeals and then huffs it off.
Oh. For now. Good job. I'm guessing it's my turn.
Oh, yeah, that ends his turn. My bad. I was writing some stuff down. Abyss, what are you doing for your turn?
Can you tell me if you see this in is it only GM or can everybody see it?
Yep, I saw it.
Can everybody see it?
I don't think so. It's coming up purple.
No.
Okay, cool. Just testing it. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is do Dire Edict, which allows me to apply a certain type of damage to my attacks.
Holy shit.
Just take that off my sheet. I have to actually injure myself first, though. Just, so I take half of that damage. Oh, 1. That's great. And I can apply that to my weapons. I'm going to run towards the creature. Oh, do I run? No, I'm just gonna. Wait, okay, I moved this token. Yeah, I can move this one. I can't move the other one.
Okay, word. Use that one. I'll add it back.
All right. So I'm going to attack him using my combat umbrella. And I'm rolling at disadvantage. Does a 10 hit?
Unfortunately not.
Oh,
Yeah, that attack misses.
That's unfortunate. Hey, buddy, we can be friendly, right? Right?
The boar side-eyes you and just kind of huffs. Is there anything else for your turn?
That's pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much my turn. I used my bonus action already.
Word. Okay. The king boar is going to. The king boar is going to move over here, regardless of any activated opportunity attacks. Abyss, I assume that activates one for you. If you want to take it, go for it.
Combat umbrella! Again! Ah!
Hey, there you go.
Let's go, Ragnar. Let's go.
You thought I would miss twice? Impossible!
That does a fair bit of damage against the boar as it rushes past and huffs. How exactly is that flavored as it runs past you?
My shadowy aura covers the umbrella and then pierces its leg as it zooms by.
Nice. Its leg takes that and bleeds a little, but it loses no steam. Tayo is going to take one too. Again with the pistol, the 20 does hit. Wow, another 11? He hits, and I'll say it hits into the boar's opposite hind leg that you hit, or forward, whichever. He hits the opposite, essentially, as the boar goes past, doing a considerable 22 against him altogether. Pretty good. But the boar is going to double back as it reaches this distance and charge against you both. This way, cutting right between you to hit you both with its immense size. What is with the king boar rolls? No way. I assume it just weaves right in
Davy
between
Loans, boys. Davy Loans.
It definitely doesn't hit Tile. It doesn't hit Abyss, I don't think, because I think there was an 8 earlier. So, that ends its turn. Tile is going to take that rifle back up, take a knee, and fire with the rifle, which barely hits for 7. Abyss, what you got?
Ooh. I don't know if we caught it on a good day or a bad day, but it seems like if we came any other time, it wouldn't be as good as this. We'll run towards it. So like, I'm gonna use my interaction to equip my revolver into my offhand, and then I'm gonna use my combat umbrella as my action attack.
Wow, even at disadvantage.
Yeah!
That's crazy.
I jam it into the side. That's it. It ain't over yet. You see me just hold my pistol up. Take this! Damn it!
Oh my god.
I ended up missing with the second one.
You do, but still, you jam that umbrella into its side and it gives out like a just like the full on
That was one of the most accurate pig squeals I've ever heard.
So sorry for anyone with headphones if that came through as bad as it felt to me. Okay, is that it for Abyss's turn?
Yeah, that's my turn right there.
The King Boar is going to stomp you alone this time. Ooh. First hit, I believe. A 19 on you, Abyss?
Yes, it does hit.
Oh. That is pretty light for that hit. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, what
So
type
it
of
hits
damage is
you.
that?
This is bludgeoning on a stomp. The boar rears up on its hind legs and stomps you with its front legs for 10 damage. Oh my god, that's right. Tile. Tile actually watches in awe as he expects this to devastate Abyss, but he is mistaken as the hooves just pass around Abyss harmlessly. The shape of Abyss seems to take liquid shadow itself in the air. Maybe gaseous shadow would be the better term, as it parts around the hooves and reforms even one step back as the King Boar regains its footing, kind of huffing, just very unsettled, clearly, by that sudden shift of reality.
Oh, I thought it was done for.
That moves us to Tile, who still is on his knee with the rifle at the ready. He'll run that one more time. What is with this, bro? Tile, you are not the one I need to be rolling well right now.
Let's go, Tile! Let's go!
My boy!
Let's go!
Ragnar, bring him with you. He can join the crew.
I trust me when I told you I was considering it.
Bro, that's crazy. At crit damage, that's a freaking 38, isn't it?
Yeah. Or is it half?
That's
No, that's with the crit. It's at 19.
Word. Wow. Okay. Back to Abyss. Actually, Tile, real quick, will say, I think we've got it on the ropes, Sonny. Come on, let's keep at it.
I think we do. I didn't think it would become my turn already, but let's go. I'm going to use my combat umbrella again.
Losing. This how we gonna do this. Roses are red, weapons against me won't prosper. With this sacred treasure I summon, Big Raga, the op stopper. Free go.
Ain't no way. Yes, I am an advanced user of the umbrella.
That's wild, dude. Abyss is putting in work here. Is there anything else you want to do as the pig again, like, just really fights through that pain?
Then, as a bonus action, I will then use my revolver. Oh, that was so close.
Yeah, the 11 unfortunately doesn't hit the King Boar. The bullet, I guess, skids off into the air, thuds into a tree far behind you. But good show. At least the umbrella hit. Back to the boar. The boar is going to try to lunge its tusk into Tile once again. It rears up and why is he rolling
No
like this?
way.
What?
This thing must be like pregnant or something.
He lunges at Tile with his tusk, but Tile fairly easily just like dips back away from it as the boar overshoots, and I'll give the boar mercy that it won't activate an opportunity attack from Abyss, because Abyss will probably do like 3,000 damage casually, but it's going to get its tusk stuck in the trunk of a tree over here as it stumbles away dizzy from that very failed thrust. It's going to be stuck there for at least 2 turns.
This is our chance. Let's lay into him.
Indeed. And Tile's going to lead that charge by pulling out a spear he's worn at his side along with his other rifles. He's going to just charge it with a full double-handed thrust. Oh, this guy's crazy.
Crack.
He digs that spear into the side of the boar. 7 damage, that's fair enough. Abyss, what are you doing to the boar?
I'm going to drop my weapons. An interaction wield my hoopak. And then shoot him with some stones. Take this! Yeah. Oh.
Oof.
I guess that didn't work. I didn't take that.
The
Bonus action.
stones.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Wow. That first volley of stones hits the boar and just kind of like unceremoniously falls from its thick hide. But that second volley kind of comes in the shadow of the first. And that connects with the boar as it like winces. It almost makes a human noise as it winces.
Oh, I will say the boar doesn't take necrotic damage from anything other than my umbrella. It only works when I act on one weapon that I activated on. I activate on my umbrella, nothing else.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. But yeah, I'm gonna look at it. Come on, we can do this. He's down for at least another few seconds. I'm about to say turn.
Yeah, back with the boar, it's gonna try to wrench itself free, and the wood of the tree just shifts and groans against its weight, but it is still pretty firmly stuck in there. Get back to Tile, who finds himself in a similar predicament. His spear is now lodged in essentially the armpit of the boar. He's gonna have to gonna do a strength save to get that spear out. At a 19, that absolutely passes. The spear wrenches out as he stumbles backward. He'll just go in for the same. He's going to make a war cry and charge with the spear again. A 10, it doesn't hit. The spear hits the like elbow on the boar's front leg, and it cuts into it, but it doesn't do damage, and the spear tip bounces off of the bone and sends his hit to the side. Abyss, back to you.
Well, same thing as last. I'm gonna hold my hoopak and fire. Yeah, take that.
More connections. That's crazy.
Then I'm gonna hold the same like huge slingshot, run up to the board. I'm gonna jump up and then try to hit it. Take this! Damn it!
So that first hit connects with your hoop puck, and you said you were throwing the stones into it again, launching more stones.
Yeah, and then the second time I run up towards it and try to hit it with the actual slingshot. It's a big slingshot.
That hit unfortunately doesn't connect. It similarly bounces off of the boar's thick hide. It is incredibly scarred and thick and toughened by the wilderness of this jungle. Coming back to the boar. Oh, sorry. Did you have
use my
more on
interaction
your
and say,
turn?
well, buddy, we're friends, man. We don't have to do this the violent way.
Tile's going to cut in when you say that and say, yes, we do. You don't know the amount of humans this boar alone has killed. It's a menace. It's hunting us.
Hey, you don't have to let him know that we think that. Just, hey.
Oh my god. Back to the boar's turn. It's going to have to expend all its energy to get itself out. It is out and ready for next turn, but that's going to use its whole turn as we get back to Tile, who is married to the spear. He's going to trying to send it up into the thing's throat. It misses. The boar, as it's coming out of the tree, will say, Tile is sending that strike in, and he misses as the boar steps aside. Kind of just a timing issue there. Back to Abyss.
Wait, the board does that?
No, that was like it getting out. It'll be able to move on the next turn.
Well, hey, boar. What about you just take this hit? Yeah, take that. Damn it. How about you take this instead? Bonus action attack. Yeah, that's right. That's how it's done.
That first attack is ineffective, unfortunately, but the second kind of hits it right in the jugular, we'll say, and it doesn't do too much, but it's able to get the boar to like cough and hack up a little bit.
Think we're scared of you?
Now the boar, we will see what happens, is going to launch another round of stomp on the two of you since you're in such close vicinity. Oh my word, what is with these rolls? It misses. It backs up as it rears on its hind legs just a little too much, and it brings its feet down before you guys instead of on top of you guys. Tile runs the spear on that failed stomp, but he charges into open air as well. His attack misses. Abyss.
Oh no. It seems like everybody's messing up now. The life I already knew I was gonna mess up. Just not my time of day. Yeah! Damn it! How about this? Bonus action attack. Yeah! Damn it!
Both of those bounce off harmlessly against the king boar, unfortunately.
Interaction. Hey, buddy, remember I said I wasn't scared of you last time? I was joking. See, we can have fun.
Jesus Christ, Ragnar.
Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
Coming back to the king boar, he is going to try another tusk charge against Tile in particular. Wow. Just yeah, it barely misses. It comes just alongside Tile, who is able to dodge deftly to the side. Tile over here is going to run that spear one more time. It's just
What is this
unable
battle?
It's unable to penetrate the boar's thick hide at this point. That one connected, but the boar had just too much natural armor. Abyss, send us with one more round real quick before we check in with Ryomachi.
Yeah. The bonus action attack. You won't get away this time. And I hit it.
Okay, second attack does hit for that 6, and it's not trying to betray any sort of pain, but the king boar is huffing and puffing, like getting weakened for sure. That'll bring us back to its turn when we rejoin here. But party people, where did you decide to party? You partying in the streets or you partying in the bar?
Right off the bar.
I'd be in the
I've
bar.
got timing, considering the fact I just came back at that moment.
That was perfect.
Hey, let's go.
Did
I
say
hear bar?
in the streets. What's everyone else think?
What?
Yeah,
You could perform in the bar, Leadbelly. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but it gets bigger audience in streets.
You can go in the streets. I'm for the bar. I'm not for the streets.
You're perfectly in the bar.
You're absolutely for the streets, you street cowboy. You literally park in the wilderness. I don't want to hear it.
You're right. I'm for the saloons. I'm for the saloons.
Ah, there you go. The open walled saloons, right?
Yeah. Watch open drink. Sing some T-Pain.
Baby.
Besides, you could always bring drinks outside anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this one I think we should party outside the bar.
All right,
Hey.
outside the bar it
I
is.
should also recommend partying outside the bar just in case we don't, set anything else on fire.
I'm in.
If everybody wants to drag out their tokens, give me a second to organize all the villagers' tokens and such.
I'm somewhere around there partying.
I'm just gonna be fixing food, so.
Smart. We let the Rizzler talk.
Eleanor Risby.
I'm just gonna give every villager their basically best food they've had in their entire life. I will say to note, if anyone does ask, he does tell them how they can cook and what they can use to cook.
We're dancing in the street.
Okay, I think that situates everything. If everybody's got their tokens on the board, I think I see everybody. Mitch, for everyone else, Angel did have to take off, but Mitch is hanging out on the ship at this point, getting some much needed rest and relaxation, we'll say, as the party is under full swing. This woman right here's name is Liluka, and she is the bartender of the Leaky Barrel. She's serving drinks pretty much at the doorway, and she has gifted you all one cask of ale for free between the 5 of you to enjoy for all your help here today. That is absolutely all yours. She says as she hands it to you guys, we don't make much here. We're gonna have to charge you for drinks. We charge everybody for drinks at the party, but I can't let you just totally pay for your drinks tonight. Sincerely, thank you guys for everything. We couldn't have done this on our own.
Yeah, I'll be taking that. Thank you very much.
He said beast mode activated.
Crazy.
Music is being played. Somebody is inside the leaky barrel where which is Luca's bar, playing piano. At the same time, everybody's outside chatting.
Greatest
Carver in
hits.
particular is kind of up. Say, who's greatest hits?
Glop. You don't know Glop, superstar of the century?
Oh,
I'm the
Hey,
one-
we're hitting up the glop a little bit, eh?
Hey.
But yeah, everybody's kind of chatting. Drinks are absolutely flowing heavily. Mayor Belvedere over here. Yes, I know there's two tokens of him. Don't get it confused. This is Mayor Belvedere over here. He's kind of not having a good time, clearly. He's turned away from the party, the festivities, and such. But everybody else seems to be having a pretty good time, even considering the damage that was done, as minor as it is, to the wharf area.
That's why you feed them food, so they'll have enough energy to repair it all.
Mikey, will you check your messages real quick?
Oh.
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome. Let's go.
Damn.
I gotta pull up the character rules. I'm so sorry, everyone. There we go. Oh, 21! I'm glad I pulled it up.
I'm gonna walk like into the doorway of the bar and use my flower Nomi to grab the piano and pull it outside.
Oh my word. There's somebody playing it and he's just like, whoa, as it like scoots out past him while he stays behind on the stool.
And I'm gonna sit up right here and start playing Bink Sake for the party.
Hell yeah.
Let's go, boys. Rager.
As you do, and that familiar tune plays out. Maybe like one of the villagers chimes in. It's this old guy up here. He joins in the song pretty much right away, but the rest of them are like, you know, some of them crowd along in to listen in, but they're bobbing their heads along, don't really know it necessarily. Meanwhile, Captain Rivers over here, tied up among the other prisoners, will say, "How dare you play that song?"
We lose the gang on the river. Where's my belly? I'm drunk. Wasted, one might say.
It must be nice to be a free man, Captain Rivers says. He's like kind of whining above the din of the party.
As I reach like the intermittent part of Bink Sake where I'm just playing the piano for a moment, I shout over to Captain Rivers, "Shut the fuck up!" and just keep playing.
You tell him, Captain, you fucking loser. You.
How are you already so drunk? The night just started.
Yeah, you gotta learn how to live a good life. Else I've been drinking all day.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Damn, okay.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always drunk.
As you guys are playing and singing along to Bink Sake, the juice stand girl will come up with a big basket in her arms and 5 jugs inside, and she's got a big smile on her face and says, "Hey, I wanted to pay you guys my thanks as well. Here's some juice. This is what I do. I make juice all day. I'm a juice person. I make juice and I make luxury
Why
juices.
did you
and
join
really
our
good
crew?
juices."
I love juice. I love you.
Thank you,
Oh, I'm not gonna join a pirate crew, but thank you so much for the invitation.
You don't have to join the crew. You can join me.
Oh, I'm okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're
I'm,
okay.
The bartender Leluca behind you is gonna slap you pretty lightly on the back of the head and say, "Hey, she's still in high school, buddy."
You've got caught?
Oh my god. Damn, Josh. That's a wild thing to say. Got caught.
Get this, man.
My god.
Arthur Morgan, why don't you have a seat right here?
Alright, I don't have a seat. It was a different time back there.
God.
No, I'm gonna be like, alright, she's too young. It must look like you're trying to set me on a path to you. I look into the tall woman's eyes longingly.
Don't get any funny ideas. I've got enough things to manage.
Nothing funny about what I'm thinking about.
Whoa.
I feel like it's in character that a knife just flies by his head from like the kitchen area and just sticks in the wood nearby.
Whatever has happened, cutlery is flying. This place is haunted. You better come back to my place to be safe.
At the
Yeah, and you'll stay
At
haunted
this
if you
point-
keep your fucking hands to yourself.
At this point, these two fishermen who are standing down here on the dock enjoying a drink come not running too fast, but trotting over, and they're like, "Hey, there's somebody else coming. I thought it was the Navy at first," says this guy in the back, but it's definitely not. They're flying black sails and gray flags. Who flies a gray flag? There's like a murmur kind of all around. Nobody can really.
Can I make a
recognize
history?
Who flies a gray flag? Sure, roll a history.
Epic. I'm a bounty hunter. I'm gonna find out things only bounty hunters know. Oh, you love to see it.
That is pretty fitting. You will recognize folks in the South who fly the straight gray flag at this time of history are typically bounty hunters.
Oh shit. Alright, Captain, you don't have a bounty yet, do you?
Not necessarily. No.
Alright, cool. We need to hide this Rivers guy and look alone, people. Lock in! Lock in! It's time to lock in, folks! Book up or fuck up, I don't know, but it's time to lock in.
Bro, that's sober level. It would hit straight real fast.
I saw those flags and I sobered up. I was like, oh damn. But like above table, I see those flags, and immediately my first thought is we need to hide Rivers away so the bounty hunters don't try to take this bounty away from the townsfolk. Is like my number one goal. So like, find a secure, secret place to throw Rivers and keep his ass quiet and keep him gagged, so he doesn't try to kill himself or make noise.
Playing, throw hands
What
up.
is what is that? There was some interference coming through. Whoever that is.
I said I'd leave the piano, but as I do, I like keep hands there, like I grow hands out of the piano to keep playing the song.
That's so cool. That is such a nice change of pace from the body horror stuff.
You have no idea yet. Wait till I intimidate someone. Then I'm gonna walk up to not Leadbelly, I'm Leadbelly, Captain Rivers, and I'm gonna use costume clothes on him.
Oh.
And I'm gonna disguise him and make his face with like a mustache and shit. And while I'm doing that, I'm gonna gag his mouth.
Good shit, good shit.
Thank God. Peace.
Okay, very nice. On that, I'm gonna say if you guys want to catch a glimpse of this ship as it's approaching, it's out in the bay. Anybody could notice right now. It is indeed flying black sails and gray flags. It's a pretty black ship itself as it drifts across the bay toward Ryomachi. If any of you want to make a perception check, feel free. That this will be probably our last check for whoever wants to do it.
Damn. Well, that's fitting.
I'll do
Bro, it's
perception.
3 20s in a row.
That's that does look pretty satisfying. Christmas tree. Okay, well,
Makes sense. I'm in the kitchen.
from the distance you guys are at, Leadbelly, Kiryu, and Arthur, or no, excuse me.
Not Arthur.
Kiryu, Leadbelly. Wait, am I bugging? No, my bad. I'm bugging. Leadbelly and Kiryu will notice 5 figures on the front of the ship kind of standing. There's 2 figures who are very clearly holding guns already at the ready, pistols. There's one guy who has his arms crossed. There's another guy who has these just crazy proportions. His arms look like nothing you've ever seen. You can't really describe it. They're just big. And then the man at the front is holding on to a piece of rigging while his leg is propped up on the figurehead, staring ahead at you all. Which brings us to the end of session 2. With the party underway, this new ship coming in, and Abyss in the jungle with Tile actually running numbers on this King Boar. We will pick back up with that fight next time, see where that goes. We'll rejoin Ryomachi here. We're getting comfortable here, but maybe not too comfortable. We'll see what's up next. And yeah, great session, everybody. I know that went kind of a while. I had some above table goals we didn't quite end up meeting, but that's okay, because I feel like this was a better spot to end things off on.
Let's go.
I'm a storm for technicalities.
Yes. I'm sorry about that again. I don't know what the fuck.
Dude, no worries. You cannot control the weather. Cody, big shout out again for coming through with the save, for pulling us through on your Twitch. This was fun having you over here today. I appreciate it.
I have my streaming.
Yeah, speaking of which, Leadbelly is the crew and general person who's supposed to do this. You want to sign us all off?
Yeah, should we tell the audience the crew's name? We do have a crew name that we decided on. Did we not? I know it's a bug.
You guys do, but you haven't declared it in game yet. So if you want to save it, yeah, it's up to it's your
wait
call.
until we actually like.
I was gonna, yeah, we all need to come together. I was gonna declare it at the party, but then bounty hunters started showing up.
Bounty hunters.
Not the best time to declare yourself as a pirate crew.
Next time.
We declare
Are we going around the table?
Mission. Fight the bounty hunters.
What? Cody, sign us off, brother.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining this session of Mikey's Men Group 14 TLA D&D. This has been a wonderful session. I've been joined here again by these wonderful players, our wonderful DM, ToriMori, players Azor, we got Ragnar, we got Josh, and we've got the captain of TLA himself, StrawHatLucas, being here. Make sure you catch us here Thursdays when we update it on the TLA D&D Discord page. Discord over in the description, and thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day.